You made your way from Gun to Z, and from there quickly over to Andoys. You met with Rajuan, tussled with him a little bit, verbally, and information-wise, and so that I don't accidentally reveal anything, I'm going to let you reveal and fill in, Jackal, on what that conversation looked like. Well, sounded like.
You want me to fill it in?
If you remember any of the details, you can, but otherwise, I'm gonna leave this to Viral, Ginja, and Nox.
I don't think I was there.
You weren't.
That is the point. Yeah.
This is why I'm confused.
Yeah, no, the parsing of that should have been Jackal wasn't here, and I don't want to give anything away, so I'm going to let you, the rest of you, fill Jackal in.
I have a very bad grasp of the English language, apparently.
No, I think there was something in the way I said it too. Because
Okay, English is difficult.
it did sound like I was directing that recapage to you. You should be the recipient of it, not the giver of it. So, Viral, Ginja, and Nox, what can you recall of your conversations with Rajuan?
I mean, the bit I've got written down is the thing about the news broadcast.
Right. Yeah.
But I remember that being further in. There was some other stuff we said to them first.
I don't remember the other stuff, so let's go with the news broadcast. Yeah. So.
Okay. So, Jackal, did you watch the thing? Did you watch that?
Can you repeat that?
Did you watch the video that's in the news channel?
No, I did not.
Okay.
You really should. This isn't gonna make sense otherwise.
Yeah. Well, it does look like Dex has edited in the cool bit into the actual text.
I have,
It wasn't there. It wasn't there when originally posted.
Yeah. Seriously, go watch the news.
I figured that for you looking back, you would probably like to see what was actually there. I will, of course,
Indeed.
post the hidden stuff when it's first revealed. But once you've confirmed, hey, this actually wasn't broadcast to everyone else, I will go back and edit it in.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna mute myself and watch that because I don't want the audio to bleed through.
Okay. We'll return to recapping Jackal of the rest of the conversation later.
Okay.
Or now. Well, I don't want to sit quietly for 2.5 minutes.
Okay. I can practice my yodeling if you'd like.
No, I think that's a very kind offer, but unnecessary.
Good. I don't actually yodel.
Oh, then I definitely want to hear it. No, I don't. I really don't.
I'm getting some mixed messages here, Dix.
Yes. Hopefully Jackal's also muted us for a minute.
Hopefully. There's only like 5 seconds of it that are actually important.
Yeah. Oh goodness. That's awful, Nox.
Jesus. Wait, so do you mean Jackal or Rajon?
Yes.
Oh god.
Oh gosh.
Well, look who finally showed up. You're on
Hey.
recap duty. You're on recap duty since you're late.
I'm really zoning out, man.
That core keeping you, huh? Thought you were supposed to keep the core, not the other way around.
Nope, it keeps me.
Can I just mention something about this news report, probably unrelated to what you guys are going to talk about?
Mm-hmm.
Go on.
You cannot have analysis and review based like reporting untarnished by corporate money and also have just straight up opinion pieces. Like you're either gonna produce factual reports or opinion based reports, and unless you fucking declare that beforehand,
Mhm.
no.
Yeah.
Okay, does this count as a declaration beforehand?
Does what count as a declaration beforehand?
That's what you said
It's-
that. Hang on. Go ahead.
Here, let me put it this way. You know how like when you click onto like a video or something and an ad is very clearly demarked as an ad?
Mhm.
Yeah, I want that because there's a lot of people nowadays not doing that.
Mhm.
It just
Yeah.
seems really weird to me.
Yeah. Well, who's to say that you know can't just have at the top like, oh yeah, this is an opinion piece, or oh yeah, this is neutral analysis. Like it can literally just be a header on each story, or maybe they change the colours. Not they change colours of pages. You know what I mean?
But don't you think there could be an opinion piece that is unbiased by corporate money?
No.
It's just that person's opinion.
Mm,
I think it's just it's the implication that it could be factual analysis versus opinion.
Mm.
which is why you say that this is an opinion piece or this analysis piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a
Well-
quick disclaimer. This is my own opinion on this.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, did you make it through the video?
I did.
Okay.
Hi.
Yeah. So
Long awkward pause.
yeah. So
Raza.
So that Raza bit was somehow only in the version of the video that we got. I remember we figured out exactly. I think we figured out how that was possible. I don't remember how it was possible, but I think we figured out how it was possible.
There was something in there that was coded that it was only on our ship. The onward transmission from our ship was normal, but the transmission within our ship had the extra bit.
Yeah. Yeah, and Rajon had some thoughts, but seemed to be trying to be purposely vague.
What we're doing right now, Meowkin, is filling Jackal in on what conversation transpired with Rajuan, because I don't want to, because I know more and don't want to give anything away.
And we don't want to because we don't remember. That's not entirely true. But yeah, I think we were there was some stuff about like us wanting to potentially see some more of the planet, I think, and he was like, "Yeah, no, that's not happening. You're staying here." And Myokin sort of went, "Yeah, no, that's not happening." And
Alright.
I'm just saying, out of character, Nox, the person that we just hired has much more plausible deniability as being a rogue agent investigating without the rest of us asking her to, if she teleports off by herself. Just saying.
Anything else anyone recalls from that conversation? Meowkin, anything?
I really still gotta change gears.
Well, I'll let y'all come back to it. Let's go ahead and get into frame here, because we're still in recap mode.
Y'all brought up the news thing, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that is what we were talking about, yeah. Fuck, I know we talked about other stuff, I just don't remember what the other stuff was.
Well, I'll give you this hint. It was about the information you asked Cassian to get.
Right, yeah, there was that whole I know you know, I know you know, I know thing.
Yes.
Yeah, so the information that we asked Cassian to get about, I think it was the Infradrive, Radion says that someone asking about it on someone asking about it on our behalf came to him, he gave them the information, but because of professionalism, he is not going to tell us directly because that messes with his source or something. And basically we're just doing the whole I know you know I know thing without actually, getting a straight answer out of the old man. He is annoyingly good at doublespeak.
Now, I want to say I don't think he ever said that the person who asked him for that information was asking him on anyone's behalf.
Okay, huh. I thought that was a thing.
If that was inferred and anybody else picked that up, then please tell me, and I will absolutely pay attention when I do revisit that to see if I need to make any quick adjustments.
Okay, yeah, like, I don't know if it's just me, but it felt like I'm pretty sure there was some sort of implication that like we know who's asking you because we sent them, and you know that we sent them. So why are you not saying who it is? Because professionalism or something like that. That was the feel that I got at least.
Okay, that you know what? I'll give you that. He never actually said that the other request for this information was on anyone's behalf. You guys did infer it, and I'm going to give you that is a correct assumption or
Okay.
a correct inference.
Okay. I wonder what it was that he said that made me think that.
I'll take credit for it. I tried to let him imply some things, and if you inferred it, then
Mhm.
I feel good about that.
Okay.
So,
So you're saying that I did understand correctly, but Rajon wants Percy to think that he misunderstood.
I would go. Yeah, basically, I would say that
Yeah.
you did understand it correctly, but Rajuan maintained plausible deniability by never actually saying it.
Yeah, this whole conversation has been about plausible deniability on his part, and like I say, annoyingly so.
So, if there's anything else that you guys want to ask Rajuan, you are still in his office. We left off there.
Yeah.
You can. Otherwise, I'm happy to move us on to within the city.
Mhm.
Well, adventures in and outside the city now, apparently. Um, have you finished with the loading screen? Can I change the page?
Yep.
All right. Go ahead and put you over in
Mhm.
Mona and give you
Man, I can't believe it's been 30. Sorry, go on.
Mona music.
I can't believe it's been 30,000 sessions since we almost wiped.
Yep.
We're getting up to Warhammer.
Yeah, we'll leapfrog it completely next. We'll be at 300,000. That's how numbers work, right?
Not necessarily. We could put a different number at the end, or at the start. Actually,
Yeah, we could go to 130,000.
we could. Yeah. Honestly, I mean, it's remarkable.
Either way, we're going to leapfrog it though.
Yeah.
Like, the
it's-
lowest number we can make by adding one is 130,000.
I mean, it's remarkable that we've been playing this game for 82 years with a session literally every day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, we only play once a week. We're all like, however many, 500 years old or whatever that works out as.
Okay. Yeah. No, it's like 8 times 7 is.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yep.
Although
Yeah, 560-ish years old. Playing since we were born.
trying to remember the history of the world would be like
Yeah.
remembering the history of the world.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you'd be writing out of character history books as well as in character ones. Anyways, yeah,
Yeah.
I think we mostly stayed in the conversation with Rajon, so that like we could pick up this scene if Elise wanted to have a chat with her pen pal.
That is exactly why we ended with Red One. Yeah. Jackal, anything that you
lovely.
want to talk to Rajuan about?
Oh, a lot of things.
All right.
How long have we been here? Or did you just said that we ended right before we got here.
Yeah, you just got here. You've
Okay,
been
cool.
here for like an hour.
So he knows that we're here, but he doesn't know that we're here.
Oh no, you're in his office.
Oh shit.
Pretty sure
okay.
he knows we're
Yeah.
here.
That's where we left off. That's how we had the whole conversation. We did have a whole conversation with him and then leave off here so that you could talk to your pen pal. We are still in his office.
Yes.
Everyone?
Yeah, everyone that's in the meeting Rajuan box.
Unless
I guess-
you want to wait for us to not be.
Yeah, you can kick us out. Like, we're basically done. You can kick us
I'm gonna kick everyone out.
out.
Fair.
All right. I'm gonna paint another box here.
Kicked out.
Yeah, basically.
No, it's on
Does
the
anyone have a cup we can hold up to the door?
Okay, I don't know if I like this. There we go. The cursor wasn't changing to the draw tool. I didn't like it. Alright. Here's the box for anybody who's exploring outside.
Ooh.
Yeah. Big tempting box.
Hmm. I feel like that was going to be a Kana led thing, and honestly, I feel like Elise would probably like to be in on that. So, I don't know. If Kana suggests it right now, then unless she just blips off by herself, if she's planning on taking any one person's going to be like, wait for Elise. She'll probably want in on this.
There you go. That's a big box for you.
Epic.
Oh, Nox probably can't see that, can't you? There's a big box in the corner of the screen with the outside of Mona, and it is labeled, "You know you shouldn't be here."
Before I go anywhere, I did want to get some people garb. Some garb.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
I
fair,
definitely don't want to be wandering around in outside fashion.
yeah.
You think it might be obvious?
A little bit too obvious. A little bit too on the nose.
We'll change the on leave box to in the city. And as I did mention last time, some of your crew do want to take some leave, some shore leave. I'm going to put all of you guys in the city right now. And so, if you don't care who gets the shore leave, I'll just pick randomly. Otherwise, pick your favorites. Who deserves the shore leave?
As I recall, none of them were allowed shore leave yet by, Rajon and Mona.
Oh, right. You had to arrange it. He did say that. I think he said at the end that he'd arrange for some of your crew to be allowed shore leave.
Yeah, as I recall, it was 6 of them, including Kwana.
Yes. Yeah, because she's considered. Oh, that's the other thing that happened, Jackal,
Yeah.
is Kwana is an outsider here, and she had to invoke very specific rights
Oh, yeah, that.
to be allowed to return without it being permanent return.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, Rumspringer, you're not usually supposed to come back for a visit.
Yeah.
Mm.
Once you come back, you're back.
Yeah, pretty much. And she had to
Not
do a
that,
very
not that these are totally not space homage.
specific-
That's interesting.
But that was also your authorization to land without being attacked, because you weren't here and nobody else wanted to try and negotiate, so they just brought Koana up to say, "Hey, it's me, don't shoot us."
Yeah, we basically went, hey, I'm gonna pass you over to this person to negotiate. Okay, but I'm gonna pass you over to this person to negotiate. Okay, I'm gonna give you Kwana. Hi, can we come back?
Yeah, that is what happened.
Pretty much.
Make it someone else's problem.
All right, so here's what I'll do. If I don't see 5 NPCs in the city box by the time Elise is done talking with Rajuan, I will pick the remainder.
Sure.
So, Elise, Rajuan is sitting patiently in front of you as after the door closes and last of your crew have left.
So, holding up well, I hope. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know, the mall thing structure, it looks mostly the same.
Little has changed. A little bit less business coming through.
But you like that, right? You hate people.
And of course.
Just like sighs, big deep breath. Sorry, this isn't like the maybe the return trip that you wanted, I guess.
What did you think that I would expect or want?
Us kind of dropping off Koana, saying bye, never see you again, won't contact again, adios.
Well,
And
half of
Elise,
that is
because
true.
Elise knows more languages than me, just start saying bye in a multitude of different ones.
Nice.
He waits for her to
Ciao.
finish, and then says, well, half of that is true.
The other half is that you really missed us, right? You didn't say no. Putting down the record. She is explicitly saying that to nobody else in the room.
Yeah. Honestly, I think it's just because you're not done talking yet.
He's learned to just wait for me to shut up.
Truly, our elders hold the wisdom of our people.
Yeah.
And how are you getting on with yourself?
Some of us better than others, I guess.
You specifically.
Oh, bad.
What's
Yeah.
troubling you?
Well, I've almost been killed. Maybe I actually lost track of times. Maybe
He waves a
4?
hand
5?
dismissively. All physical threats. What is going on with you? How are you handling you?
Well, the fact that I've almost died multiple times, but I've seen the deaths is been pretty bad, I think. Been very paranoid, I guess. I'm still a little paranoid. I feel like at any moment here, there's just gonna be like someone that comes to the room and just like tries to shoot me.
That would be very unexpected here.
Yeah, but like also kind not to say that you want to kill me, but like there's enough people that want to kill me and a lot of people that I've pissed off. Well, not me, but like me, you know?
While Union has made bids for mining rights on the planet, or the planet in its entirety, Mr. Jack has never gotten a foothold in the city.
Except for maybe kind of me.
You are not Mr. Jack.
Could have been. I almost was in some senses.
I think you would have made a different decision.
That was more Sarah than me. So, yeah.
Then I think Sarah would have made a different decision.
I'm not so sure about that one.
It's
Sarah
fortunate
did a lot of
then that
bad
you took over
things.
for her.
I don't know if that's a good thing either.
Do you want to become Mr. Jack?
No.
Then
I'd actually like
it's
to kill every single last one of them.
Then it's a step in the right direction.
That's the other thing. Is like homicidality like just like a normal thing?
Among
'Cause I've been
humans,
feeling
largely
very
yes.
very jumpy about stuff. Like if something's about to like even circumstantially threaten me, I just want to just get rid of it outright, like excising a tumor.
Among humans, generally, yes.
Not human.
Am I human?
Elise is actually like kind of like moving awkwardly in her chair backwards a little bit.
Oh, was Elise asking if she's human or if he's human?
If he's human.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. Sound could almost imply that he's not human.
Yeah, kinda.
At the very least, he doesn't consider himself human.
Kinda.
Yes, but I'm also very old. I've seen my share of homicidality, as you so quaintly put it.
Elise is still kind of like maybe standing in the chair, if you know what I mean. Just like, you sure you're not possessed? Nobody else has been possessed by some weird fucking entity thing that wants to like bring about the death and destruction of the universe.
Wait, is that what she's like, or is that what she says?
That's what she's saying.
Okay. The entities.
You know about them
Very little, I'm
because you're
afraid.
one of them.
I am not an entity.
Prove it.
I can't. I know very little about them. Some Terran mandate experiments gone awry, but I haven't been able to find any other information.
Oh.
I'd pay if anyone had some.
Oh.
You're unlucky because I'm not motivated by money as much anymore. And Elise will sit normally back down in her chair.
Then tempt me.
At least we'll just kind of go into the whole thing that they had by the it wasn't like a scrapyard, it was just like a massive like fleet of scavengers, right?
The Fair Tenera?
Yeah.
That was just a Titan class ship.
No. Maybe not the I can't even say that name.
Just think for tomorrow, but change all the vowels.
It's still so difficult for me. For 10 a row?
For Tenero.
For 10 a row.
There we go, perfect. See?
Yeah, good.
No, I'm talking about the one where it was the entity had possessed that one lady.
Oh yeah, in Holau.
Yes. But like that, we were like there was a fleet of ships there, but they weren't like a military fleet, right?
Yeah, no, it's just it's generally
Yeah.
called the Mercenary Swarm, and it's just kind of a swarm of mercenary ships that formed kind of naturally.
Okay, yes. So the mercenary swarm, I tell Rajuan about that incident, right? Like how it was like possessing someone, it seemed to have access to like their memories in some senses, so on and so forth. It was basically undetectable, yada yada. And then it got away. Also, it was like bored, but like also incredibly hungry and like wanting food.
If
So, yeah.
Yes, if you came upon any hard evidence or could find a way to take readings of these, I would find a way to make it worth your while. For now, perhaps you should join your friends and be non-homicidal for a little bit.
Yeah, I've not been very good at the that thing for a while.
The that thing or at the that thing?
The that thing.
Huh. Then find somewhere quiet and
Am I old? Am I you?
hardly.
Yeah, but you're, you, jaded and callous and mean and stuff, and
And you're
yeah,
young, jaded, callous, and mean?
I guess.
No, Elise. I think you're just you. Not everyone has the perfect temperament to be a Mona resident. Don't take it too hardly on yourself.
Oh, I'm not. I'd probably kill myself with boredom here.
Perhaps.
Yeah. And believe me when I say, I've seen how that thing turns out like multiple times. Like an excruciating we don't need to get into this. That's a whole nother can of worms.
You have qualified therapists I could hook you up with. Or he didn't
That
say hook
maybe
you up with,
sounds
said
good.
introduce you to.
That maybe sounds good.
I'll make an appointment for you. It is, after all, my job here as an administrator.
And I'm not gonna go there.
I simply administer, Elise.
You can excuse it however you want. It's okay.
You'll receive time and location on your compad.
Oh, better make sure we're back from explosions by then.
Well, I am going to go and take a walk. You get back to whatever it is that you do when we're not here. And you can be bored and bye, Grandpa. And then she walks out.
Okay. There's a slight smirky grin on his face as she leaves. And the door closes behind her.
I want to be sure that that Elise isn't just better at manipulating Radwan than Sarah was. Sorry. Actually, no. On another note, it's like, thinking about therapy here, this is actually not a bad place and time for us to maybe dig into some more. Oh gosh, what are they called again?
The
The memory
memories?
things.
QEDs.
Yeah.
Oh,
QEDs,
yeah.
yes. I have been thinking I want to try to finish getting out whatever the quote unquote important memories are for Doug.
Yeah, speaking of therapy, maybe we should go untherapy ourselves.
Yeah, we've kind of had the ultimate
should
therapy. You now don't remember anything.
I know, but there could be important information in there, and I'm saying my point is that we should go ahead and do that, and then we get the good therapy from this planet.
Yeah.
I'm just saying therapy usually reduces trauma.
Well, I know. I'm not saying the QED part's therapy. I'm saying you do that, and you'll need therapy.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Do
That's
the
my
thing that's going to
point.
make us need it in the place where we have good access to it.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
No, that's not. I don't think that's weird at all. I mean, I'm being genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
that's the place you want to do
The
it.
best place to do it is in a hospital.
It's like taking a very, very strenuous and rigorous hike before spending an evening in the spa and the sauna. It just the
Yeah.
the stress
plan that.
improves
You
the
plan that
relaxation.
spa visit after your long. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm just saying that's a more effective way to do it. Because otherwise, we're just gonna do it while we're out in the middle of nowhere, and you're just gonna like come across something super traumatizing.
Yeah. No, it's just like the analogy you made was like, speaking of relaxation, let's go for a hike.
No. I'm saying before you do that, you should traumatize yourself a little extra because you're going to get treated anyways. I may have been reading too many progression fantasies lately, and that's just called optimization in a progression fantasy.
Is that what they call it? Good shot. Good shot. Okay.
But anyways, before
We-
Doug
we
gets
have
back to the ship, I'm getting a Cinnabon.
Nice.
Yep.
Do they
Yeah.
take currency here?
They don't need to. You just ask for the Cinnabon and you get it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. It's like, how do I pay for this? You don't.
Yeah. Well, I was also one thought I had too is like shopping here. I'm guessing there's not really anything that meaningful we can buy here, right? It's all pretty cloistered off.
They do have some
Fill the
bulk
Raza
trade.
with clothes.
Yeah,
Well, like they
is
don't
it-
have like an electronics shop, right?
Yeah. Is this where we
Or if they do,
translate
it's a
into-
Radio Shack.
Is this where we translate into the Sons of Gold campaign booklet and we become a merchant ship?
Oh, I've already got most of that already, done out. So if you wanted to
I know,
play
yeah.
Sons of Gold,
Yeah.
Well,
so
I
what you're
wasn't
saying-
talking about for trade.
Yeah.
I
So what you're saying
I
is-
was talking about for like shopping for like like just at least RP wise shopping for components for Vacant's hollow map thing.
I know. I'm just wondering hypothetically, how many like ship-sized units of clothes would they let us take before they started complaining?
yeah.
Oh, I see.
So that
Because we don't
they're
take money.
you can
Yeah.
certainly test it, but I will tell you that they are going to maintain a personal limits there. Like
Yeah.
would-
Ad tax.
It would probably be best not to push the boundaries.
Mm.
Oh,
Yeah.
almost certainly, but funny.
and then we pan the camera over to
That-
Yoken.
That's what murder hobo parties do, is stuff like that.
So are we
Try to-
going straight from basically all of us getting a Cinnabon and over to Myoken not doing that?
No. Kana is also doing shopping right now. So
For now.
in the city, y'all can get Cinnabon, do some personal shopping. As noted, you are not charged for anything, but if you try to buy 10 outfits, there's just going to be some firm no from the polite but firm no from the salespeople.
We're not going to get charged, but we have to get a reasonable amount of stuff, not go overboard.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that actually makes sense.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that is.
I mean,
Yeah.
even assuming that's how they work outside of the weird visitor center,
Mm,
Yeah,
that would
is-
still kind of make sense in like a society like that.
yeah.
Maybe whatever that society may be that we don't really know. That's definitely not Amish.
Yeah, irritatingly fair, I think, is the word for it.
Mm,
Not irritating, but like incredibly fair.
yeah.
Unless you have extenuating circumstances, in which case it gets weird.
Yeah.
That's still fair, though. You've just got the circumstances that...
No, yeah.
Yeah.
But what if the circumstances are unfair?
Mm,
Strong.
I think it gets
Anyway.
very... yeah.
I'm
Go
gonna
deeper and
respond.
deeper down the rabbit hole.
I'm gonna respond to Nox here real quick. Kana is engaged in talk of different patterns, and I had prepared a bunch of Mona outfits, but I totally forgot to clean them up and actually, make them presentable. So I'll get those within the next week, hopefully. But I've already kind of described robes of a more sci-fi nature, a little bit, can't remember the exact terms I used, but a little bit oriental in nature in some respects, in that there's not just a standard bathrobe that you'd see in Hollywood film. Um, I'll try and find one that's good over the break. But to wrap this up, yes, Kana is engaged in a cultural exchange over outfit designs, and there seems to be some interest in expanding what that particular shop she's at um, prepares. The person there is genuinely interested in new design techniques and how to make them work in their particular fashion. Until Nox is in a place that where we can have a text to voice conversation real quick, why don't we focus the camera on the group?
She said she's here.
I am here.
Oh, hello there.
Yeah, I was
Fantastic.
setting up my computer. Sorry.
Oh, no problem. Yeah. You can take pictures of stuff, no problem. I do still want to focus on the group in the city for now because that's where everyone is. That's what Kana is going to be going outside the city later on after she's gotten close.
Yep, absolutely. Just wanted to make sure that that was okay so that I can later on add different outfits to the inventory.
Nice.
So is there anything that you're wanting to do here, specifically in the city, Cinnabon, other places that have food?
Percy is wanting to see how Quana's dealing with it, honestly, because, like, we've had, like, relatively little reason to be as happy as I imagine she is to be back than since we've left,
Yeah, she actually is. She's quite happy to be back. She's kind of off with some friends.
Okay.
She is. In fact, I would say you pretty much lose sight of her once she leaves you guys to go to visit Rajuan.
Okay, yeah, I'll just leave her doing her own thing, man.
Yeah. You can absolutely text her and make sure she's okay, and she gives you all the details on friends that she's reconnecting with. And for the 6th, I'm gonna add Vic. Oops. I meant to grab Vicky, but I guess it was Elena. All right. And Elena's getting vacation. Yeah. Was there anything you wanted to do other than just casual, relaxing, some light shopping, and marveling at the Cinnabon that is apparently completely nutritious?
Yeah, actually. I want to see what Acid's up to.
What Asta's up to?
Acid.
Acid. Okay.
Yeah.
Acid seems a little bit out of place. She is she's on edge and she jumps a little bit as Percy comes up. Let's just say you're all at Cinnabon and the 5 of you, and she was off at another store. Percy split off to go see her now that he's seen her passing around, and she startles a little bit when he comes near.
Hey, it's just me. I'm not gonna. My bad. You doing okay?
It's very strange here.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Nobody's looking at me.
Huh. Huh. And Percy sort of looks around at like other people in the vicinity, and yeah, are they just treating Acid like another person who happens to be blue?
Yeah, what she said isn't entirely true. They are looking at her, but it's just kind of like, hey, there's a person there. Some of them
Yeah.
even smile or wave.
Yeah, looking rather than staring.
There's
Yeah.
no concern or disgust,
Right.
Yeah.
or at least not overt.
Not
yeah.
at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, no, they're just looking at you like a person who happens to be blue, which is the case, but yeah, unfortunately, it's unusual.
Porcelain had never let me come to the city.
Hmm.
Fears of a Trin on the other ship.
Mhm.
I could live here.
Do you want to?
Maybe someday. I still have a
Okay.
mission.
Percy nods. Yeah, like.
Immigration here's a pain in the ass, though.
Yeah, I don't know. Just like we'd get by without you, but it would suck. It would definitely suck.
You do fine. You're hardly putting my knowledge and expertise to any use anyways.
Mm. Since you mention it, like, is there stuff that you want to be doing with your knowledge and expertise? You have anything in mind?
Well, at least here, there appears to be significant amounts of pre-tech to repair. Or that would need maintenance in some form.
Mm-hmm. Huh.
That food,
I.
for one, something makes that.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was
Yeah,
just a
no.
girl's fancy when Koana would talk about
Mhm.
being able to eat anything.
Yeah, no. Apparently these Percy holds up a Cinnabon. Apparently these nutritious, like healthy.
Better than eating the burger.
Better than eating MREs, that's for damn sure.
Don't tell Elise that.
Why do you think I'm saying that? Why do you think I'm saying that when she's all the way over there?
Acid casts a side glance over towards Elise, who, yeah, the cinnamon is quite far away, and she kind of, under her breath, still too close. You're on
Yeah,
your own,
respect.
Percy, if she comes over.
So it's okay. Look, if nothing else, a gunshot would be loud and cause questions, and she's not likely to stab me, so we're good. Uh, but yeah, when you mentioned the pre-tech thing, I kind of wonder if that's something that we should mention to Rajon. I mean, if you're willing, if you want the challenge of working on it, because like that'll. I don't know
It would be
something about it doesn't.
dangerous.
Mhm. Mm.
No doubt he's got ears listening to everything we say, but openly acknowledging that there's pre-tech here
Mm.
sounds like a prison term.
Hmm. Hmm.
Nobody
I know.
here says anything of substance.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that the last time we were here as well. It's weird. It almost feels like those dramas that we get over the comms where it's just like the most mind melting shit. It's just so inane. Everything's so fake. It kind of feels like we're on the set of one of those sometimes when we're here.
I suspect everyone in this section we're allowed in is some kind of an actor.
Hmm. Huh. You know what? I feel like we should. Hmm. When we get back to the ship, we should continue this talk. I have thoughts that I'm. Person sort of looks around.
She
Suddenly not
nods.
sure if I should be voicing. Anyways, yeah, I'll leave you to your shopping, and yeah, catch you later.
If I'm let out. Yeah.
Okay, buzz us if you need anything or when you're ready to go back.
Yeah. He nods
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
kind of shuffles off to a nearby clothing store.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay, so does anyone else feel like this planet is a Truman Show, or is it just me?
First time, yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know, I didn't spend enough time interacting with NPCs to notice it the first time. I mean, you know, Acid is an NPC, but she's not one from here, but you know what I mean.
Mhm. Certainly an interesting thought. Only had some telepathy.
Mm. If only. Well, I made my contribution to the RP for the session. Who's next?
Yeah. Is there anything
Or
else
rather,
that
yeah. Or rather, I made my contribution to the fluffy character dialogue for the session. Who's next?
Yeah. Is there anything else that anybody wants to accomplish before you're all kind of splitting apart and Kana disappears? Voluntarily disappears, I might add. Just, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
I do-
vanishes.
I do have a question. Has Kana? I imagine Kana probably hasn't communicated her intent to do that.
That's a good question.
Like, I imagine that's probably a no, right? Because you know, probably a planet of actors, ears everywhere, etc.
That is a no. Yes.
Hell yeah, you go. Like, it's not going to it's not going to help Percy's stress levels at all. But as a person, I agree.
Alright. So you spend, say, a couple of hours, kind of enjoying the atmosphere, the friendly service, and yeah, I think anyone that who wants their character to notice it can. The conversation with people is it's not vapid per se. It's intended to be engaging, but a lot of it is surface level. Impersonal on their part. There's not much in the way of personal details from them. No, they really are acting like salespeople. Yeah, you don't. Well, actually, I guess it's not a good analogy because if you go into a shoe store, you are going to get a salesperson who tells you that one perfect anecdote about how this shoe was just right. You're not really getting that here.
Telemarketers?
No,
Yeah, probably not.
I feel like salespeople was the wrong analogy because salespeople do use their personal life to try and
Yeah.
make sales. They embellish and make it all up.
Yeah.
And that's not happening here. You don't get the sense that you're being deceived or lied to. It's just that if conversation were a river, you're just a leaf floating on top of it.
Maybe a bit more like doctors or nurses, where it's very polite but very impersonal.
I don't even want to agree with that analogy because I think we may have different views of doctors and nurses in different countries.
Maybe.
But the polite and impersonal is mostly just that they don't have a whole lot in the way of personal details that they tell you, and they certainly don't say much about their life or anything about the city beyond the tourist section.
I've just realised what it is. I just realised what it is. Rajon has filled this entire section of the planet with our therapists. Right? Chatty don't really give much to themselves back at the conversation. Listen to you. Basically therapists.
You didn't know your therapy session was just happening all along.
Wait. So in this case, really, the real therapy session is the friends we made along the way.
Oh god.
Oh
That would
boy.
require us to make
Took
friends
me a
along the way.
second.
That would require us to make friends along the way.
Oh, but all of these people are friendly, and they are all your friends if you ask them.
Yeah.
I'm sure your therapist would say the same thing, but you're not going to go out for a drink with them, are you?
So after a couple of hours, y'all can either choose to stay in the rooms. There are 6 rooms available, with 2 beds in each. So realistically, all 11 of you, all 11 of you could stay in the city. Or you can go back to the ship.
Okay, when we're deciding, Percy is going to give Acid a sort of look of, do you want to go back and talk about it? Like, not actually saying it, but sort of inquisitive look.
Yeah.
Maybe a flick of the eyes upwards towards the ship. know the
Acid
ship is
is
up,
happy
but-
to go back to the ship.
I guess we'll head back then.
Changing the meeting Rajuan box to on the ship. Although I should actually have a Rajuan box, so let me add that.
Do you have a token for Rajon that you can put in the Rajon box?
I believe I do.
Probably, yeah.
Of course you do. You had to have one in case Elise start. You had to have one in case Elise starts a fight with him.
Of
Yeah.
course.
You gonna start fucking boxing the dude? Jesus.
I mean, maybe. You met Elise?
We'd never know with you.
What? it's fair, but like, ouch.
I mean, like I said before, a gunshot would bring too many questions, and you're not going to use a knife. Boxing is the next best thing you have.
Yep.
Incidentally, what is Elise's punch skill?
I think it's just a 0. Maybe it's a -1. I don't think I have any melee skills actually.
Unfortunate.
Let's check.
I have
Can't
really
punch.
Can't exert.
Can't stab. Let's do it.
But can you flex?
I can
I
flex.
don't think I have high enough strength for that.
Eh.
One moment, please. Okay, maybe I don't have a picture for him. But I did.
You definitely got a picture for him. I remember a picture.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
I do. Maybe
You might not have
think...
a token, but I've definitely seen a picture. Because I remember seeing the picture and immediately remembering that picture from the candidate thing.
Actually, I'm being silly. I was trying to search without using wildcards. Silly me.
Ah.
Okay. Alright, let me take this to the GM layer so that I'm not accidentally blasting a huge old face in front of you.
No, it's fine. It's
Yeah, it was funny. It was funny last time.
Yeah.
Alright. Face!
Yeah,
Yep.
you just face it. I can't believe you
That's
do
the
this,
one.
Biz.
That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, hmm.
I
You know,
like
you could just put that.
just making connections.
You could
Well,
just put that.
I think it's more of an out of character connection, but when you're
Obi-Wan?
adding, no, when you're adding characters to the candidate list, are they sometimes NPCs that previous cycles have said that NPC should be promoted to?
There are
candidate?
always NPCs that the previous cycle said
Right.
should be added.
And that's what I'm guessing. That's what happened here. Is the first cycle liked Rajuan so much they were like, Rajuan's now a candidate.
You can tell which cycle added them by the number in front of
Yeah.
the X.
Yep.
Wait, Vacant was a candidate?
Yeah, 1x215. Yeah. Yeah. Because
Okay,
It actually
the
made me
picture-
excited to meet him.
the picture came up the first time we met him, and I was like, hang on a second, I've seen that picture before. Where have I seen it? And then I looked at the candidate doc, and it's like, okay, yep. This was a candidate. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so they're just always PC's first. Neat.
Huh. Oh, yeah, so it is.
Yeah.
So it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can see that he is quite old.
Yeah, no, honestly, all of this tracks.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so I know that there's some interest in QEDs. There's a conversation to be had with Acid, but let's instead turn the camera on Kana. You've got some local flavor clothes, and have laid eyes on terrain outside that is accessible to teleportation. I do remember informing you that Kana detected. That's the other thing, Jackal. Elise did detect psychics within the city.
Oh.
Um,
Is that in a, like, we're passing by a few people and they happen to be psychic, or like how many?
Yeah, it wasn't well, okay. Two ways to put this. One, it wasn't an overabundance, in that it's just a few people here and there. Or two, it was an insanely huge amount given what you believe to be the population of this place.
They're just out and about walking with us.
Yeah, you might go up to not a Cinnabon. We've had lots of interactions with a Cinnabon. You might go to
An Old Navy, perhaps, a Nordstrom's, a Macy's.
I was gonna go with a Pizza Hut and change the second word, but every second word I changed to was inappropriate. Dang, that is so easy. That's like 5 words that I cannot, say pizza blank.
Pizza Cut.
Pizza Mutt and their mascot's a dog of a determinate breed.
No, because then it makes it look like the pizza is made of dog.
No.
Wait, I zoned out for a second there. There's a pizza made of dogs?
No.
Who's making
Pizza
pizza
Hut.
out of dogs?
Yeah, who would
What's
do
wrong with
that?
Pizza Cut?
I'm suddenly starting to have questions about this planet.
Okay. It's a. I can't. Oh yes. The cook at Pizza Cake. Just randomly psychic.
They would have pizza cakes.
Of course, they've got Pizza Cake.
Yeah. Yikes. That's gonna be a yikes for me, Chief.
Pizza Hub, yes. That would have been a good one. I can't believe that did not come to mind. But yeah, they've got Pizza Cake. It is a softer, lighter bread, foundation with just baked whipped cream, frosting, and fruit confections.
God, concerning.
Oh, I'm dying just thinking about it.
Yeah, no,
Piece of cake.
I have strong feelings on this that are so mixed I don't actually know what they are.
I mean, it's basically just flat cake, isn't it? Oh, or a pie without the upwards rising crust, the shell part. So, anyways, yes, there are psychics, and that both Elise and Kana detected.
You see, I want to meddle because that's what I do.
Then do.
But I also don't want to meddle because I don't want to make things worse.
Rules question.
Uh-huh.
Can we, I guess, sort of tell where the psychics are? Not in any, like, super specific radar kind of way, but more in like a, hey, the amount of the psychics is consistent or inconsistent from place to place.
Not really. There's not enough psychic population for you to really kind of do any kind of dispersal patterns.
Statistical analysis.
Yeah.
I'm mostly trying to figure out if we are being kind of consistently tailed by an amount of psychics.
I'll go ahead and give you a firm answer on that, in that you don't have to believe me on this, but I'm gonna say no, because all the psychics you encounter are just walking around and doing their own thing, or they've been at a store or a shop and you went to them.
Okay.
I was about to say they're all just at shops, but then I'm like, nah, there's some just happen to be walking around too. And
So if they are telling you, they're really good.
yeah, you could give me a sneak wisdom check if you wanted to have some in character certainty of whether they're trying to tell you or not.
I actually wanted to do some kind of, I'm going to call it a test. Anyone like to enter a bathroom, close the stall with like the bag of clothing and stuff, and just kind of like port back to the ship?
Okay. And how does what's the test part of this?
Does Kana get stopped or anything like that going there or coming back?
Okay, so she teleports to the ship and then comes back from the ship?
Yeah.
Okay.
Without like the bag of clothing.
Oh, gotcha. You know, I heard bag of holding the first time, and so I thought it was just kind of a throwaway reference. I didn't get it.
Very funny.
Okay. Well, go ahead and roll me the sneak with wisdom, and take a +1 bonus on that for a thoughtful little plan there.
Let me log into Roll20.
No, forbidden. You must be ready now.
Little consequence of having like 140 tabs open in Opera. It takes forever for Opera to load.
Yeah.
But actually, next to the +1, I tend to just change the difficulty on it.
Okay.
Don't want to start setting a precedent of, do I get a bonus for this?
Just a metapsionic check, or
No, this is a sneak.
is sneak wisdom?
Yeah, sneak with wisdom.
I almost rolled survive with wisdom. I don't think they're any different, but still.
I would accept that too.
I saw the first letter and I was like, that's this thing.
Kalana's pretty sure that there's no real notice taken. And what this test tells her for certain is that there don't appear to be any kind of teleportation barrier defenses. At least none that are active.
Or none that have been spotted.
Yeah, she didn't feel anything.
Yeah.
Does that mean that there could be defenses that she's just overcome, or?
It would really depend on it. So yes and no. I would say that most defenses that are active and that she'd have to overcome, she would know that she's having to overcome them. But I'm not going to lock myself out of the possibility that there are some high pretech defenses that don't let you know.
There's always a bigger stick that they're gonna hit you with.
Yeah.
While we're in that sequence, could we also check if there's like the what is the messianic level 0 power? You know what I'm talking about. That's all I've got. Psychic refinement. See if there's any of that around the ship while I'm there before I port back.
I'm not quite.
I'm trying to get as much. Do I detect psychics around the ship?
You mean
in the middle of that teleportation sequence?
Do you mean outside the ship or inside the ship?
Outside of the ship.
Okay. Do you want to teleport outside the ship to look around? Because you still have to have line of sight or audio to them.
True enough. Miyoko will walk outside of the ship.
Okay. There is a ring of. No, I'm kidding. There's no thing out there.
Nothing that you can detect.
Not terrifying in the slightest.
All right. Walk back inside the ship. Port back to the bathroom. That's enough information.
Okay.
And plans will be made to see how far we can go expedition ways.
All right. Pardon me. So, at this point, we're jumping back to the present. Some of you have returned to the ship. Acid and Percy have. Let's see. I'm gonna start putting people in rooms.
Not the rooms.
That is just to indicate that they. Oh wow, Kalana's such an old token that she's under the thing.
Perquana.
Alright, bring it to the top.
She's from an older time.
To front.
A legacy token.
Younger, more innocent.
Are any of you wanting to stay in the city? To actually sleep in the city? Just want to know so I can reserve rooms.
Doug definitely would want to go sleep back on the Raza.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I think Das will go and find the might be the comfy spot, might be quarters, but definitely on the Razzle.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Elena also, and I'll go ahead and put those that are doing a joint city trip, city leave, but sleeping on Raza, kind of on the border there. Ema also. All right. Kinda. Where do you want to teleport to?
Good luck.
Yep. Changing into I forget the name of this planet.
Mona.
Mona. Mona appropriate wear, and some kind of mask. It doesn't need to be anything fancy. It could just be a white featureless mask. Just leaving the ship, picking a point as far as I could teleport to with line of sight, and then teleporting there. As soon as I'm able to do it again, do it again. Just keep on, pick a direction that isn't in the direction of the city, and then keep on going.
Okay. And all teleports are effortless for you right now, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, roll a d100 and yeah. Okay. I suppose I should ask, is Kana trying to find anything of relevance, or is she just going like for distance or random?
Settlements, structures. Once in a while, just veering off in a different direction in case there's some kind of following thing.
Okay, then let me, instead of just doing this with a random roll, let me have you roll a. We're gonna go with Wisdom Survival.
Okay. And I'm also going to say that Myokin is recording.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
You said Wisdom Survival?
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
There have been better wisdom survival rolls.
There definitely have been better, yes. I've seen higher numbers, I'm sorry.
How dare you?
I would hope you've seen higher numbers than 4.
Yeah.
Alright. So, give me just a moment here. Kana does not come away with this, from this with nothing. She doesn't come away with a whole lot, but, there is a lot of untracked, uninhabited, and just kind of naturally self-sustaining desert-like life out there, or landscape out there. It's not a single biome planet. It just happens to be mostly desert conditions. There are, of course, places that you've seen on the planet from orbit where there's more water or more plant life. But these kind of white rock faces, basically plantless rock faces, are a large portion of Andois, or of Mona. And that's a lot of what Kana sees. Where that deviates, where she gets a little bit extra, is that there have been signs of other activity here. She sees places where I think she'd recognize this, where the land was mined. There's no ongoing activity there, but she sees a deep pit mine, and it looks old. It looks old enough that if one were just kind of standing face to face with it, it would look like a natural phenomenon. You know, it's just a rise in the cliff face here, but being able to see the whole thing, look down on it, and see the concentric rings, it was clearly man-made. It's just old and weathered enough that if something had happened to make a concentric ring divot ages ago, it could have been natural. I don't know where I'm going with that. It's old. It's old and weathered. Looks like Mona has been mining the planet for... Mona has been mined. The planet has been mined for centuries.
I mean, that's not suspicious in itself, I suppose.
I think the part that would stick out about this is, unlike a lot of mining sites, there isn't any leftover material. Like a lot of mining sites just leave the heaviest stuff behind because it's cheaper to build new than it is to pack it up and transport old. And there's no evidence of that at all.
Yeah, no, even like tools or anything?
Not even any tools.
Okay.
No junk strewn about. Not that it would have survived the centuries, but no evidence of junk strewn about.
Okay. I feel like that's enough for now. If we're here for another full day, make another attempt at it tomorrow if we aren't like stopped or anything.
I am kind of assuming that this takes basically the day for her. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, Kana has had a good old expedition. It is a good thing that she took the road because, you know, the sun isn't terribly kind. And hopefully she, you know, brought water and all that good stuff.
Yeah. Actually, that is important. Were there just roads? Was Myokan able to just follow roads the entire time?
No.
Okay. So at a certain point, the roads just kind of stopped?
Yeah, the only roads that she's seen here were the roads that well, go to their, I guess, somewhat hidden city. It's hidden, but it's got roads right to it. Nah. Yeah, the only roads that she's seen were right around the Raza, and I suppose I should have asked you if she followed those, but maybe we can save that adventure for the next day.
Okay.
She was looking for other stuff and trying to stay away from places where she might be spotted, right?
Yeah. Get a little bit more daring as the days pass.
Okay, sounds good.
But yeah. To people that are sleeping on the ship, the high crew ways, you can bring it up as possible information of interest.
Okay. Now that Das and oh, you're old too. Yeah, you're both old. Das and Douglas were sleeping on the ship. Was Elise?
I guess I should probably move. You know, Kanata, you know you shouldn't be here.
Jack, was Elise sleeping in the city or on the ship?
Sorry, say it one more time.
Is Elise sleeping in the city or on the ship?
I think still on the ship. I don't want to have that mushroom slop again. But I did decide that I did want to bother some of the psychics that I'm seeing, if that's all right.
Yeah, that's fine. You guys aren't being restricted as far as going into and out of the tourist area. So if the slop was your only consideration, Elise could absolutely bring a pizza cake back to a room in the city.
But the pizza cake is not an MRE.
They're willing to package it like one for you.
It's not the same. If it doesn't have double the recommended daily dose of sodium in it, it's not worth it.
Is that actually a conversation that comes up?
No.
Okay.
I'm not gonna have them dump a fucking salt pile on top of it.
I mean, they probably would.
I know they would. That's the horrifying part.
It's only gonna taste like salt. It's gonna be nutritious still somehow.
But yeah, no, it's still on the ship. Ship is comfy.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
All right,
But
got it there, Meowkin. All right, yeah. So Elise returns to the city, or perhaps never even left the city with the others. And how do you intend to pester their poor psychics?
Well, I want to just find one that's like somewhat alone. You know what I mean? Like by themselves. This is sounding really weird.
It is a little weird, but why don't you go ahead and go ahead and give me a Metascience Wisdom check.
Alrighty. I don't think that's gonna go very well.
Went fine. Through a combination of Elise having fairly good bounty hunting skills, person tracking skills, and qualities, and the ability to see when somebody is psychic. Yeah, you can find one that's isolated. He's minding a store. Someone give me an idea what store he's minding.
Well, if no one else is gonna give a
Paintball guns.
suggestion,
Paintball guns.
paintball
Futuristic
guns.
Whatever the futuristic equivalent of paintball guns is, maybe it's like laser tag guns. I don't know.
Do you have to nix that for the guns?
Yeah.
And the
Sounds awful violent for these folks.
yeah, the violence content.
Let's go with like a model train store.
Oh.
Sure.
Yes, that is absolutely going to be a store that is fairly unoccupied, right? It has its customers, but they tend to spend hours there.
Yeah.
And then go.
They
Yeah,
come
like,
in
well-
once a month. They spend a shit ton of money that keeps the store afloat. You never see them the rest of the time.
Yeah, like rather than having 20 people spend half an hour there, you have one person spending 10 hours there.
1 second.
I think Jack will just
Sorry.
got pulled away from. Okay, very good.
Yeah,
Yeah. So there's someone that registers as psychic, kind of talking trains with another Monin, and they seem to just have been having a casual conversation. Model trains came up occasionally, and then you see them bid their farewells, and the attendant goes and moves the train along a track.
yeah. I just as casually as one does, go up, say hi, right?
He
Ask them for their name.
yeah, yeah,
You don't have to give me a name if you don't want to.
he's polite, provides you with a name, tells you his name.
Very real sounding name.
And then he just
Yeah.
drops the question. So where did you learn how to like control your powers?
Oh, she's going straight forward, isn't she?
Mm.
Yeah.
That is-
He says, "Oh, don't worry about it. I don't read anybody without their permission."
I mean, it's okay if you do. I'm just curious. You know, you're not the only one walking around here. I'm actually a little surprised how many of you there are, because while this whole thing's a little bit new to me, I usually don't see that many psychics around. But
Oh,
yeah,
really?
you guys are like in the double digits over here.
Yes,
Like, at least in
it's-
this like hallway.
Well, I think and he names off a couple of people. I've seen her around, and oh yeah, I saw Brian earlier today.
I do love it as a Brian.
Yeah.
Of course it is,
Yeah.
man.
But I'm not like not mad at you or anything. When I'm not like your mom or whatever. I'm not
Okay.
Rajuan, God forbid.
Why would you be mad?
I don't know. I'm just curious.
Ask all.
There's just like a lot of you here, and is this your store?
I'm assigned to mind it. I have a liking for trains, so
Mm-hmm.
a nice place to work for an afternoon.
Don't you wish you were like, I don't know, doing anything else? Like you're
No.
telepathic, right? Like you could, I don't know, be some like kind of cool international spy or some shit.
Who would I spy on?
Mm-hmm. Not really the point. Just saying you're a psychic. You're probably like one of the coolest people in this entire place, and you're minding model trains.
He grins a little and kind of hunches over. Says, "I could check and see what Brian had for lunch. Shall we go ask him without asking? Or maybe
So nefarious.
Sandy. You know, she's been getting real close with the girl from Cinnabon."
You know, I have a target in mind if we can find her still walking around.
Corruption. I don't know if he's corrupting these people or he's just.
At least like motions for him to get a little bit closer so she can whisper in his ear.
Okay, he does. He
How
seems
about-
like he's playing along, is what it seems like.
Lana's walking around. Why don't we read the mind of Rajuan's granddaughter?
It wouldn't. He puts his hands up. You caught me. I'm only joking. It wouldn't be. I wouldn't do that. Not without her permission.
I'm giving you permission.
You're not Koana, though.
But apparently Sandy and Brian are fair game.
No, I was joking. I'm
Hmm.
sorry. I thought we were just having a little bit of fun.
You can still have fun.
Not the way
You know,
it sounds like
if-
you want me to.
If I was telepathic, I'd probably drill into everyone's brain that I ever met just to figure out what they're about, you know?
Why? These gifts are gifts. Why would I abuse them? Or anybody's trust?
Hmm?
Imagine if
At least
someone found
Fane's
out.
thinking for a moment. She gets like the contemplative, like thinker look. I don't know. I feel like it's just more fun that way. You know, after all, we're better, right?
I think you should leave.
Gee, I wonder why.
We're not like that here at Mona. And we don't appreciate you bringing your violent outside thoughts inside.
Oh, so you have seen my thoughts.
I can read your words. Everything that you said is violent. Everything that you said forces yourself on other people.
Let me ask you one more question, okay?
Go ahead. His facade is slipping.
If you legitimately thought that I was going to harm anyone or anything on this station, would you not want to at least peer into my mind to find out? Like, what if I walk away from here dissatisfied, and then all of a sudden you start to hear gunshots ringing out down the hall?
Just really put him to the moral screws to him, huh?
Wouldn't that be your fault? Because
Go
you
ahead
could
and
have seen
roll a
that
mental save.
beforehand. I'm not going to.
All right. I have to remind myself what we did here.
You know, it would be really funny if like you redirect this to just some random moaning person, and he's just like, "What the hell? You're totally peaceful. We'll talk about this. What?"
All right.
So-
Yeah, this is what I like about playing with you, Jacko. You have a certain unhingedness that's always entertaining.
I want to get my information and I want to get it my way.
Okay, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to redirect it, observe it, or shift the reaction of the target towards a telepath?
I like to switch it back to positive, basically. So, basically fabricate a bunch of thoughts. I imagine that's how that works.
Okay.
That would
Right, since you are the
leave them more
target,
positive.
yeah, this does qualify.
Mm-hmm.
So is this,
So-
I guess, convincing him that you were just testing him, basically, in like a well-meaning way?
The way I see this is it's less actually just convincing and more just a psychic influence. Like there's no stream
Right.
of positive thoughts or anything. It's just
But
he
he would still have to somehow justify to himself why he's feeling more comfortable around Elise, especially
He-
after
Mm.
that.
he empathically feels friendlier towards her. All right. So I assume then that you're not going to make the saving throw. You're going to voluntarily fail a saving throw because this does imply that he's succeeding at the contact.
Mhm.
Okay. And give me an honest read of what Elise is hang on. He's level 2, so surface cognition is sophisticated enough to read current thoughts, though it can't pick up memories or non-obvious connections. He is trying to read and see if she's a threat to Mona or to the city. So what are Elise's current thoughts? Is she thinking about seriously going around and killing people, or is she thinking that she's just having a laugh? What's in her mind?
I think what's in her mind first and foremost is she's just curious how fake everything is here. Like if these people are here to monitor her or if these people are actually here because they're here because this is how they live.
Okay.
Just like general curiosity.
All right. And let's go ahead and roll on the reaction table. Don't know if let me pull a regular NPC just so I can see where his baseline is. Oh goodness, the new default makes that look so much more ominous.
he's totally a friend. Don't worry about it.
Oh wow, he was positive already. At least did
Oh.
shift him. It,
Wow.
but let's see. So so the 5 tiers are hostile, negative, neutral, positive, and friendly. Friendly is only on a 12 or higher. Um, at least through her interactions, the way she was speaking there did shift him back to neutral. But with this intrusive thoughts has brought him back up to positive. Although you know what, that's kind of unfair because it was this whole interaction that was creating the shift, and you basically interrupted it. So I will call this going from positive to friendly. Um, I may need this again, so let's make it a little bit less
Ominous.
yes. Let's go like this. There, now it's still an ominous picture, but it's just little tiny thing looking at you from above.
Yeah.
Not ominous
only-
at all.
So it's only a little
Alrighty.
ominous, is what you're saying.
It's only a little bit ominous, yes.
I didn't say a little bit.
Oh. I missed what you said. You said it's what?
I said it's only a little ominous.
Yes. Okay. So he visibly relaxes as Elise is allowing the telepathic contact to and for him to read her thoughts. Mostly curiosity is what he gets, with a dash of paranoia. Not actually paranoia, rightful, caution. I won't say fear, but rightful caution. Um, and this does, it combined with her manipulations there, and knowing how to channel a little bit of emotion back into the contact, such that he feels like it's his own. We're going Inception on this. He comes away from it very sympathetic to her, and immediately, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have, but I did just read your mind. At least you don't have anything to fear here. Nobody is. This is the safest place you could possibly be. Yeah, people may seem a little bit. He looks around. People might seem a little circumspect, but that's to protect the city.
From who? You got giant guns trained on anything that comes into orbit.
Not all threats can be killed with a gun, or defeated with a gun. You
I
of all
think I
people should
see
know
now.
that. Again, I'm sorry. I should have asked.
It's okay. No hard feelings from me. If you feel particularly bad, though, could you answer just maybe one question for me?
Maybe. What are you asking?
I'm wondering if you're more scared of a threat inside here. Is like that what you're trying to protect from? Or are you trying to root out anything that might come from elsewhere piggybacking on another person, if you catch my drift?
Ooh.
No, I don't think I do.
So it's the first one then?
Of course, there's always someone who finds out what Mona has and wants it. Can't tell you anything more than that, though, or I put us both at risk.
She nods. And will thank him for all the time that she spent, and then ask as she picks up just a random box how much this costs so she can buy it.
Well, that there is the Lux model 3140, and he starts telling her which box car that is and what it transported, and that she'll need the caboose.
Okay. Is that sold separate?
Um, he's not selling it to her, but he's also not letting her leave without the full train.
But he's not selling it.
No. There's not going to be any exchange of money for this. She is going to either leave without it, or she's going to take the whole train, but she's not going to be giving any credits to him.
I see. Then she'll take the whole train. And however many assortments of boxes that ends up being.
Oh lordy.
um, it's a train by all rights, but it is a futuristic train. You know, they're not stuck on like steam engines and locomotives. This was a maglev. It's a model working maglev train.
Nice, very cool.
If you
I imagine something like this. Put it in the discussion.
yeah, If you don't want to keep it, you could probably disassemble it for 2 spare parts. It's got that high quality components in it.
Well, I have a plan for it.
Okay. Okay.
That should be good.
Everything
Okay.
changes on the one plan.
Yeah. After this, I'll just head back to the ship. I have
But-
2 people I'd like to talk to.
Who are those 2 people?
One is Koana, and the other one is Percy.
Okay.
Let's then shift over to Doug. And see what's going on with those QEDs. Or actually, it's 1 o'clock.
Mhm.
And so, do you want to take our break right now?
Wouldn't mind.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Sure.
We'll go ahead and take a 15-minute break, 12-minute break. Come back at 1:15, or whatever
all
that is
minutes.
in your time. No, I'll bring us back into frame.
I don't think I was meaningfully late, but I was technically late. I'll allow that.
I'll agree with that.
Okay, there we go. So glad we could agree on this.
All right, Doug and the QED.
Dog in the QED.
Dog in the QED.
All right.
Oh wait, that's right. Do we have it pinned?
Yeah, there should be a pinned note of uncovered memories so far. I believe it's in discussion.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what it was. I know there was something a couple sessions ago where it's just like, it seems like there could be something else hiding in there that could be really important, and maybe we should fish them out.
Yeah, I think I had something as well. There's something in there where
Yeah, I think it had to do with.
I think
it
it
was
was described as like it doesn't want to be remembered or something. It was weird.
Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. How much has my system strain gone down since then? I don't think I've been decrementing it.
Oh, I don't even remember when you did that.
If it was before we travelled to Mona, then you're probably fine because of the amount of time it takes. Oh wait, no.
Right, yeah.
it took us like
Yeah.
3 days.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
all told.
it was Karafali, right? So I think it was was it before we went to? Yeah. Karafali, which my notes say we went to Astos after that, whatever time we had on Astos, and then to Mona.
Okay. Well, it's currently the 8th. Do you remember the date that you did all that? Or is that what you're currently trying to figure out?
My notes would imply somewhere between the 21st. I shall fix that. Somewhere between the 21st and the 28th of April.
Okay.
Come on, we know this is pretty honest.
And how much system strain do you have?
6 listed.
Okay.
But I would have been at most 10. I don't remember what it was.
You know, honestly, even if it was at 10, you should be clear now.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking there's probably enough time passed that I would be clear
Mine's
regardless.
probably clear too.
Yeah, yours wasn't too high, was it? And you've got a higher column.
I think I reached at 8 at some point. But
Okay. Yeah, you're clear also.
I think it's been a while since I've done anything that increased it.
Yeah, and if anybody's damaged, in fact, let's just clear the board of all system strain and damage right now. Aside from permanent strain, of course, you're stuck with that.
No permanent strain for me.
Yeah, that's like cyberware and stuff. And permanent strain.
Okay. We'll start with Doug, and if anybody else wants to hit their QEDs, they certainly can.
Yep.
What did you want to try and pull out?
Oh, like I said, just the other stuff that I haven't like gotten from it yet, right?
Okay.
I don't really know what they are, you know.
Right.
I'm really just fishing to see if there's any other memories in there that jump out at me as feeling important to me.
All right. Give me a second here. All right. So you've already gotten the dominant memory. It's fairly hard to avoid that.
Yeah.
You've seen Douglas practicing
I'm ready
with
to
his
be
band.
angry.
What's that?
But I'm ready to be angry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet.
In another scene, Doug's some low points of Doug's performances with the band, and anything else that really jumps out at him? Well, so sliding into.
I guess time on the Raza in particular.
Okay, all right.
I think
That's
on the Raza. Perhaps I guess actually yeah, to give you a little bit of direction, maybe anything, particularly anything to do with Porcelain, right? That's a looming
Good
threat.
points.
so the memories that remain kind of at the forefront, the formative memories, the memories that kind of made up the core of who Doug was, don't seem to have anything with Porcelain or the Raza in them.
Okay.
There's one a smoky room with friends and guitar. Seems kind of a peaceful, laid back swirl of disjointed memories. You can't make anything out aside from that without diving into it. A local venue, all right. I've already seen that one. There's one that swirls through this n-dimensional miasma malaise with a blare of an alarm. That's another distinct formative memory. I've seen practice with the band. And a dismal scene of drudge work is another of the swirling memories. The others that you've already seen, they're also there, but you've of course
Obviously,
you've witnessed them.
I'm ruling them out as something that I want to
Yeah,
look at.
you can kind of recognize them as they flit in and out of your mental awareness. You can still interrogate. You can still ask things that aren't pre-written
Yeah.
memories.
But I don't have any. I don't feel like I have any key critical memories of Porcelain or the Raza.
Mm.
So I don't feel like I'm not. Yeah, which is my main purpose of coming in here. But I guess I'll just do the the alarm one. I guess.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your this would be a perform wisdom check.
All right. All right. Not great.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the
It's 2 2s.
difficulty for well, the difficulty, one would think that as many times I've said I should write down the way I've rewritten these or revised these,
Yeah, right.
I would have done so already, but the
Yeah, I've been
QEDs in past cycles have been like a 1 or 2 session thing and then completely forgotten. You're the first cycle that has
Yeah.
really kept going
There
back
was-
to them.
Very specifically, yeah. Like I said, there was a specific thing that made me think, oh, maybe there is some more important.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it'd still be good to get those key memories in case something does come up in the future, though.
Mm.
Like hey, it's like, hey, you look vaguely familiar. Whereas right now, I wouldn't recognize them.
Yeah. I did also forget to change the music. The mono music reminded me. So let's do that. Where's my... Here we go. This is your QED music. So I do remember that I had changed the difficulty for viewing your core memories to 6, plus however many times you've viewed. So that does succeed. It's not another angry memory.
Yay!
It is...
Don't worry, I'll get there.
You will get there, yeah. It is a unpleasant memory, though. The sensation of waking up urgently, realizing, oh shit, missed another day, forgot the alarm, slept through it, hit the snooze button. It doesn't matter how. There's the blinking light marking a mixed call from the boss. Another hit will take off the edge, and maybe it won't be his boss. Maybe he still has a job. Maybe it just won't matter. and the malaise in this memory doesn't really recede. It's like he was high when he had this memory.
Is there something you would like to tell us?
Yeah, you're not in here. My head.
It's one system strain.
All right. And then we'll just go for well, let's take the edge off and go to the smoking room.
Okay.
Smoky room. What do you want to call it? Maybe that's an edge off. Watch, it'll probably be more stressful.
All right. Go ahead and roll your wisdom perform.
I've definitely had that dream where I wake up
Oh yeah.
thinking. There we go. That should succeed.
That's
That's about
for quick aside. That's the worst for me. That sudden panic when you wake up of, oh shit, the sun's shining.
Yeah.
I'm late. I'm
Usually
so late.
for me, it's like, oh no, I missed class.
Oh.
I mean,
Yeah, I
had
didn't
a
care
lot
about that as much.
I think I had a lot of stress that was school related stress actually. You know, now that I go back and think about it.
Are we dredging up real life
School-related
Meowkin traumas?
Right? Yeah.
Well, this one will put things a little bit at ease. This is a languid, smoky room, the comfort of friends, and a guitar in hand. Plans wafted across them like puffs of smoke. Play the Mandate Theater, and then to the stars. Unite the uncivilized galaxy with their tunes like musical apostles of peace. The plans, like the smoke, never went anywhere.
I said they went up in smoke.
Hey.
That also.
But basically, yeah, just shooting the shit, dreaming up what the future will be.
Yeah. This one also seems like he might have been high.
What? All that smoke? No. Alright, one system strain.
One system
And then
strain.
I guess we'll try to get that last one.
Okay.
And call it a day.
That will be difficulty of 8. Oh, yeah, go ahead and roll.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, perfect.
Another retail store, half a step up from a greasy pit. The owner is as bossy as he is short, and his shelves no better or worse than the last store. Better part of town brings better customers though, and it's not a soul-crushing chain or megastore. Just one old man and his car parts. You get the sense here that Doug of the QED did have a grudge against corporations already.
So this is before the tragic events.
This is before the tragic events, yeah.
So this is just work, basically. Okay, what he was doing while he was to make ends meet.
Mm-hmm. Because his band never really took off.
Right.
Quite possibly
Okay.
because they smoked a lot and
Yeah. But
always
the groundwork.
didn't always make their venues.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that might have something to do with it. Just maybe, you know?
Yeah.
Hmm.
You definitely get to see with all the core memories viewed here, you're seeing a very clear picture of pre-QED Doug being very different from post-QED Doug.
Being a little bit, yeah.
Of a stoner?
Yeah. Not a very productive member of society. Not that I would argue that he's a productive member of society now, but he's a productive member of the Raza.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of society.
Well, that's just a society. Yeah, we're part of it.
Yeah, absolutely is. Does he want to inquire into any of the other?
No, I was really just going in for those core moments.
Okay. I do want to be clear. He
But
did.
I
He
will-
did have interactions with Raza on the ship.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah. Let me see. I mean, I guess I could think like I don't know any systems that I'm ever looking for repair or something. You know, something like that. But I didn't really come in with that plan.
You know what?
How do I
I'm
ask
not
about
trying to
maybe-
lead you here, but I think I do
Sure.
remember you mentioning wanting to go
I'm
into
definitely looking for meeting.
wanting to go into the QED to investigate, not investigate, but to see if you could find anything about the Infradrive.
Oh right, yeah. So yeah, well, I'm perfectly good with that.
Okay.
Make this a little bit more productive rather than just my own personal journey. Personal journey of self-discovery.
And there's also, of
Productive
course, I do have written out the joining of the Raza and why he joined it, so you can always look that up too if you're looking to see how he got wrapped up.
I might. Actually, well, yeah, we got time, right? I'll try it. I've got plenty of system strain.
Okay. Which would you like
I got that
first?
Constitution. I think in order it would make more sense. Yeah, let's say the joining up the Raza.
Okay.
Put it somewhat chronologically between the two of them.
Sure. And joining the Raza is not a particularly like secretive memory, so it's going to start at a difficulty of
Not
6
repressed.
also. Yeah.
Perform, or should I use something different?
For this is going to be fix, but still with wisdom.
So that's even better for me. In fact, actually, could I even fail a 6? I guess I could on a.
Well,
No, I couldn't fail a 6.
it's 6 plus how many times you've done it so far, so 9.
Oh, right.
But that does succeed, and Doug sees himself from his own eyes, of course, working at the shipyards above Ante. He's working for cash. He's not actually contracted or an employee there. He's not really allowed to be because those shipyards are for the people of Ante, the displaced people of Ante, so that they can try and move along. They're primarily a shipyard there because they don't want to. They want their own fleet. They want their own flotilla, and they're just kind of saving up and making ships.
Which system was that in?
That's in Kurituhirti, where sorry, that's it. In yes, in Kurituhirti, where Thur is, the headquarters of Mercure.
Okay. So
All the way
I wasn't
top
picked up
left.
straight up. I wasn't picked up straight up from the planet where I did the bombing.
No,
Interesting.
you're
Okay.
not. Doug overheard Ra's crew quietly discussing a very specific explosives need. And feeling nothing to lose and less concerned about losing it, he approached Porcelain and announced he could rig up what she was looking for.
That sounds easy.
There's a very quick cut of in the memory to one of, oh shit, what did I just do? Fear, as very dangerous mercenaries, well, not mercenaries, very dangerous terrorists did not like him walking up to them. But he was able to convince them that his expertise in explosives was valuable, and he was given a chance.
Yeah, then after that, after I'm on board, I'm like, oh fuck, what did I just do? Alright. Cool. And now for the Infradrive memory, if that's alright.
Yeah, Infradrive is a little bit more difficult because it is surrounded with a pall of secrecy and importance.
Makes sense. So
but
we'll probably fail this and get angry. That's okay.
but it's also made a little bit
I'm with
easier because it was such an exciting thing. So the base is 8. plus 4, 12.
It's a 12. Yep.
And this is fix.
Yeah, that wasn't likely after I'd already burned by 12.
Fix with charisma?
Oh, well, that's just worse.
That's what you rolled, though.
It's the same difference. It'll be 11.
Okay, alright.
Yeah.
Yep, you just
Doesn't mean I
missed it.
one off, but there's no expert rerolls on these, right?
No expert rerolls on these, correct.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So it's so close. In his mental
Somebody the anger memory
escape
is
here,
so much angrier.
he can see the drive. He can see that nodule where he knows that the Infradrive chip is placed, where he now knows it's placed. He can recognize he's seen that swirling around in his memories before he realized what that was. And as he is as Memory Doug is approaching the drive to investigate it more, he crashes into a set of bars. Another day in lockup, same as the last. Anger. Yeah, his dominant memory asserts itself.
Yeah. That bastard.
Very fun.
Alright. And how much strain is that one on the fail?
That one is a D4.
Yeah. That
And I
anger
think-
hit, like I told you, that anger's gonna hit extra hard.
Yeah,
I almost saw it.
and I believe I was doing D4 plus 1 for the failed non-cores.
Yeah, that way a fail will always be worse than a success.
Yeah. Yeah, failed cores are just going to be a D4, but the failed non-cores are going to be a D4 plus 1. I'm actually writing it down this time.
Now here's the question: did Elise mention the therapy, or is Doug just gonna tough it out? Doug's gonna be in a mood for a while.
Yeah? Says Elise mention it, Jackal?
Maybe not.
Yeah, that's okay. Doug's gonna try self therapy. Wait, no, I saw how that worked out.
Yeah.
That was the first 3 memories.
Doug's gonna try self-therapy.
Well,
You know, they
the
probably
first
have
two.
narcotics. You know, they probably have narcotics on Mona.
Too many
Just saying.
therapists.
He doesn't have anything on board, so he'll sleep it off. He'd sleep it off first,
Okay.
and then he'll probably be fine. But yeah, he's gonna be in a mood that evening.
Okay. Well, we'll leave him to stew for a minute. Was Das
Please
going
do.
in?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I think there's 2 things I want to go for. And I think they're connected.
Okay.
So it might be one thing, but we'll see what the one of them that's being a bit mysterious is, and it might be the other thing that I want information on. Although I think the other thing we've got some information from elsewhere. So, yeah. So there was a thing last time, which I think is maybe what I've got written down from last time is a couple of memories and then a dominant, and I suspect the thing I asked about in that third one is the thing that I've written down as wanting to try again on. But I obviously got the dominant. I failed it.
Okay.
But it's basically the box, the QEDs, how all of that came together, like the puzzle box.
Okay. I do have to ask you to be a little more specific on that because the puzzle box has traveled with Das through for some time.
Yeah. Okay.
Did you want to focus on the intersection of the box and the QEDs?
I'm not sure actually. I'm thinking because there's sort of several points along that journey that are interesting. Let me write these down. So,
Yeah.
Box open, box QED. Yeah, actually, I think open is the more interesting one for right now. I want to know the first time that box was open after Das found it.
Okay.
Whether it was Das opening it or not, but the first time that Das is aware of it being opened after finding it.
Okay. This in the swirl of nauseating memories as they swirl around like fluids and fluid screens and then fade in and out. This concept, this idea seems very fleeting. There's memory of it. It's there, but it feels like it's like some mental barriers have been erected and locked it away. It's going to be a difficulty 12.
Okay. Difficulty 12.
Now that would be it is going to be a program skill check.
Okay. So
With
12
wisdom.
is potentially doable. Okay, wisdom program. And I think, have you said stuff before about not being able to use things like the 3d6 stuff in these? Or am I misremembering that?
I know the rerolls I can't allow because rerolls are specific to experts, and I don't want to advantage experts in the QEDs. However,
Yeah.
I don't think I was restricting, or I don't think I want to restrict foci. Even if I was before, I think I don't want to because that does represent a integral part of the character.
Okay. So no reroll, but it would be I mean, I'm guessing it's. I can't count it as like hacking my memories. But it would probably be a three dice program check at that point.
Valiant effort.
This one is not hacking, correct?
No, Valiant would have been fighting it to the end.
That would have been like, oh, I'm hacking my memories. It's definitely hacking. No.
Yeah, that would have been much more Valiant.
So wisdom program, not hacking. Okay. And the difficulty was 12, you said.
Correct. And this is not a core difficult. Well.
Yep. So if I hadn't had the 3d6, that would have been a 15.
Das really wants this.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right. So just to make sure that I've got your intent right, this is the moment Das first actually opens the puzzle box.
If Das was the one to open it, then yes. But I'm specifically interested in the first point that the puzzle box was open.
Okay.
After Das stole it from the shop.
Okay.
Like regardless of who opened it. I'm guessing it was Das, but
The upon breaking through these mental barriers, Das feels a surge of excitement. It has clicked and it has popped open. The anticipation has been intense. This thing has caused a lot of trouble, and it's also her salvation. And it has popped open. There's something inside of it. Whatever was inside of it isn't really important. It was the puzzle box that was important, that needed to be opened. Whatever is inside is just kind of she takes it out and she sets it aside. You can kind of see around. This is up in Das's little section within the vents. There's the little TV and the little dirty little mattress, clean enough, but not pristine.
Yeah.
And goes back to the elation of having opened it and realizing that she has, in this instant, imprinted on this puzzle box. She can close it and intend to reopen it, and close it and intend to reopen it. So this is a double experience for her. Not only did she solve this nearly impossible puzzle, but it is a nearly impossible puzzle that she can lock and reopen without a key. Doesn't know exactly how, although you now looking back on it with the information that you have, realize that it has simply stored her DNA profile.
Okay.
And that's the moment that that box first opened in her possession. She
Okay.
immediately starts scrambling towards the vents to go deliver the box and save herself from airlock threats.
Yes, and
She's-
presumably taking the thing that was inside it with her.
Oh, no. No, she just put that aside.
Yeah.
That wasn't important.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
do I know from the memory what it looked like?
You can try and get an idea. Go ahead and roll
Yeah.
me a wisdom notice check.
Okay. 8.
It's some kind of computer circuit.
Okay.
It's hard to really tell. She didn't really look at it, so you're in this memory you're seeing it through the blurred peripheral.
Yeah, it's like the memory will only contain what Das actually saw at the time,
Mm-hmm.
and she didn't particularly pay attention to it at the time, so it's not really there.
She
But
was-
yeah, I will definitely study it and get as much as I can.
She
Um,
has kind of an idea of where she put it.
Yeah, I'm just like kind of wondering now if like we're searching for whatever was in the box, and it's like, what was in the box? What was in the box? And it turns out it's just been on the fucking router the whole time.
Imagine. Okay, I could totally
It's
see
been
it
in
though.
Das's hidey hole. Like, yeah.
I could totally see it though.
Oh, I could absolutely see it. Das has just got like a pile of little circuits, and it's just buried in the bottom of those.
It's not.
Okay.
It's not even going to be something interesting. It's not even going to be something interesting this week.
Well, maybe. No, I mean it could be a really powerful thing, and it's just been sitting there, and Das has been basically lying on top of it the whole time. Okay, cool. Yeah. So, but that whatever thing came out, because the box, the inside of the box was shaped to hold a specific thing. Does it seem like that was the thing?
Yes, it does.
Okay, cool. Okay, so it came from the shop, and it had the thing in it,
Mhm.
and then Das opened it and took the thing out,
It
and
just want to add
Maybe.
in there. It was taken to the shop to be opened.
yes, and then Das stole it from the shop before that could happen,
Mhm.
and opened it herself,
Mm-hmm.
and then later someone set the shop on fire, and then
Yes.
Das got blamed for it.
Cheating.
And we're pretty sure we know who that was. Yeah. Okay.
Did you want to explore any more? That was
yes.
1d4 system strain. Sorry,
Wonderful system.
not 1d4. 1 system strain.
1, because I
Yes.
succeeded. D4 if I'd failed, right?
Right, it'd be a d4 plus 1 if you'd failed. It's just 1
Right,
because you
D4 plus one.
succeeded.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. Okay. Yes, so that is box open. I have 2 more things on my list, one of which I'm kind of ignoring because I think we've got the information from the other thing from elsewhere, so I'm gonna maybe try it, but it's not a priority.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of connected, but yeah. Okay, so I've done opening the box. Yeah, I think it's time to do box plus QEDs. So I guess that would be. I guess that would almost be the last time that Das saw the box. That was the first time Das saw the box open, and this would now be like the last time Das saw the box open, which presumably is when QEDs are about to go into it.
Yes. Seems logical.
Yes.
Hang on. We're experiencing some connection difficulties. Am I coming through clear to anyone else? To anyone? Oh, yeah, I see. Everyone's. All right. And...
Okay, I'm back.
Okay. Yeah, we seem
Yeah,
to be
it's
back.
Good, you're also
Okay.
back.
Yeah, just a little
Cool.
Discord blip.
Yep. Yep.
Just a little.
It happens.
Did I go robot at any point before I finished what I was saying?
Yes.
Right at the beginning of what you're saying.
Ah, okay, nice.
Yeah. Did
I was
I go
wondering how long? Because like the first thing you said after I finished talking was robot, and I was like, okay.
Okay, actually, then I
Um,
think then we got the gist of it. So basically, you want the moment what you described is what you expect to be the last moment Das saw the tube and the QEDs together.
Kind of, yeah. It's kind of the last moment that Das saw the tube open, kind of.
Right.
That was the first moment that it's open. I kind of want the last one, which I'm guessing is not going to be Das closing it, because if Das remembers closing it, then no one else, well, probably no one else can open it to get things out. So I'm expecting it's going to be open near the QEDs, but I want to see the situation there.
Okay. That is going to be another one of those memories that Das seems to herself tried to lock away, thought was very important to be kept secret. So it is going to be a 12 plus 1 for the previous attempt, 13.
Okay.
This is still programming though.
Okay. The locking away, would that affect if someone else tried to read the QED as well, I'm guessing?
Yes, because it's basically encoded into the QED as a very dangerous, secure message memory.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's live Das fighting the locks and security measures of QED Das.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And the QED Das is always going to be there no matter whether it's live Das or live Percy trying to fight it.
Yeah. Right. I'm trying to it's like I'm trying to put myself in Das's head again.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to put herself into previous Das's head. Trying to work out whether these security measures are intended to prevent anyone other than Das reading the memory, or anyone reading the memory, including Das.
Would this be easier if we referred to previous Das as Audrey?
No. because current Das is kind of not even believing that, so.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. It's like.
Yeah, I get you.
It doesn't seem like it works to current Das. And like even out of character, I'm not sure it works. There's information where it is right, and it's weird that it's right, but I'm still not sure I believe it.
All right.
Yeah.
think I
Okay,
have an idea
wisdom
of what you
program.
want.
So 13, you said.
Still not hacking.
Yeah, sure. I'm not hacking. I'm not hacking through my security measures. Sure. Ugh. That is one of the worst program roles Das has made.
Das really doesn't want to.
Seriously, Das has made a lot of program roles, and that is one of the worst.
This seems like a very dangerous memory that something QED Das does not want living Das to know. And she is assaulted with the new dominant memory. It rushes around her. Well, I shouldn't say assaulted. It rushes around her like a comforting hug. That she is this her relationship with Calvin Rick, and his promise that she would find a better place than the Raza. It hugs her and wraps around her, and that other memory she was trying to recover, it's gone. It's still out there, but it's slipping farther away. It is a D4 plus 1 on the system strain, and you could try it again, but it'll be the 14.
Yeah, 3 system strain. Okay. Yeah. I do think I want to come back to that, but not right now.
Okay.
Like, I think that's something where Das isn't going to repeatedly try the same thing now, but it might be something where it's like she sort of backs off for a bit, comes back later, and tries again. So it'll stay on my list for things to look at. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think I am going to ask about the other thing that I was. It's not a priority, so it goes at the end of the thing. But it's basically. I think we've got a decent bit of information about what happened in the lead up to Step, how we got there.
Okay.
And I'm not sure how to make it a specific thing, but I want to try and fill in some of the gaps with that.
Would you like me to focus the camera on someone else for a minute so you can think about how to frame that?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Viral, you wanted Percy to have a conversation with Koana? Acid. Why did I write Koana and Percy?
Because I originally wanted to see what Koana was up to, and then I realized that she fucked off and left us as soon as we landed.
Oh, right. You did want to talk to Koana, but she's staying there. Okay. Acid.
I wanted to talk to Koana, but it was like, yeah, sure, why not? But I do actually want to talk to Acid.
Who else wants to be there for this conversation with Acid, or is it a private conversation?
Not particularly private. If anyone else wants to come in and get paranoid with us, feel free.
All right.
I like being paranoid.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Join us.
Okay.
Join us.
Yeah, if Elise shows up to this conversation, she is carrying a bunch of boxes of model trains.
Perfect.
Yeah, I've made you a paranoia box.
Nice. Nice. In fairness, paranoia box could be a subcategory of on the ship, but yeah.
That's why it's right next to the ship.
Fair. Yeah, so let's see Percy runs into Elise first. Purely so I can just so that he can just look at her and go like blinking rapidly. Trains? Huh.
You like them?
Huh. Mm, I was gonna say you didn't strike me as the type, but yeah. Did Rajon suggest?
Oh,
it,
I'm
so we
not.
do-
Good for you.
Wait, what?
At least just holds the bag out towards Percy.
I can't tell if you're fucking with me or not.
I figured that you might like this.
Hmm. Not really my thing, and by not really my thing, I mean I've thought about it a couple of times and gone meh in my life, and never
It's
really
not your
had to touch
thing
it.
yet. Elise is trying very hard to get you to grab the bag.
Percy just sort of steadfastly keeping his hands by his sides. I mean, I could say the same about you. Did you try?
I had a very extensive conversation that was very weird.
Mm. Okay, well,
And
why don't you use the trains to distract you from it then?
will you take the gift or not?
Oh, but I'll be honest, I kind of thought you would. I know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, and it just as Percy's thinking about. Oh, hey, acid.
Yes.
God.
Why do you
Uh,
have trains?
Ask her.
I'm
It's a
asking you.
gift.
You don't
You
seem the
got him a
type for.
gift and he doesn't like it.
He doesn't seem the type for trains.
He messes around with like the guns and stuff. Trains are basically like guns.
Acid looks over at Percy and then over at Elise.
Percy has an indescribable expression on his face. No, like Percy is trying to do 3 expressions at the same time, and they're not happy to see each other.
Acid,
Finger!
is this flirting? Are you two flirting?
Something else gets added to the mixture of expressions on Percy's face, and he just sort of goes, and then stops.
You're cute, I approve.
Elise just mumbles that she's gonna kill Acid.
Percy's just staring very evenly into the distance. His face is still.
Percy, you wanted to talk.
Shakes his head. Like he shakes his head, then stops, then shakes it a bit harder as if he's trying to get water off. Okay, yeah. Okay, so. And then sort of looks at Elise again, like a sort of inquisitive look, and then very pointedly turns back to Acid. No, so. Yeah, what we were saying earlier about the. What was it we were talking about? Pre-tech and something else? Down planet side?
Pre-tech. The city is rife with it.
Yeah, so at least since you're here, this is an interesting thing that Acid mentioned, right? Because she noticed that with what they got going on here, they must have like a bunch of pre-tech. Like, I mean, take for example the highly nutritious and seemingly endless in supply Cinnabuns, and the whatever the hell that pizza pie that you were talking about, pizza cake that you were talking about earlier on was. I remember you mentioning something. Yeah, it's just weird, and like, I thought, huh. Like, Acid mentioned it in the context of like she likes working on pre-tech. This is a known thing, and I went, huh. If it's a thing that she wants to tinker around with, maybe we could mention it to Vajon. But you said something about like it's might be dangerous to point out that that's a thing that we know, didn't you?
They're hiding it. Revealing to someone who's hiding something that you know they're hiding it is always bad.
Oh, then I guess I already did a bad thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure I would say always, because sometimes like if they're not taking you seriously or treating it as if they are definitely in a position of authority over you, then it can give them a shake and wake them up and make them take you seriously.
Let's just say I've had different experiences than you.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fair. Hmm.
As the peaceful, happy poppy music plays.
Just it's all like peaceful, happy poppy music, and then you go inside Acid's head, and it just swaps over to blaring death metal. But yeah,
So it's pre-tech that they're hiding.
Definitely.
it's at least pre-tech, right? Because just because we figured out one thing that they're hiding doesn't mean they're not hiding anything else. So you said you made some sort of mistake earlier. What's up?
Oh, I basically what's the nice way to put it? I made a friend by also
Okay.
threatening them.
Okay.
And got a bit more of a response than I guess the last couple times I've kind of prodded at this, but I think that a good majority of the people that we interact with, you know, walking around and stuff, they're all kind of in on the secret,
Mm.
which also means that we have someone who knows the secret explicitly,
Mhm.
this pre-tech secret,
Mhm.
and that was kind of my next stop.
Mhm. Yeah, no, this is a very, very weird planet. Like, Radion's friendly, or seemingly friendly. You know him best out of all of us, apart from Kwana, and she's biased. Seemingly friendly, even if not explaining everything that they're up to. And like, do we need to pick apart how the operation is working if they're being nice to us? But at the same time, I don't know. Something's very weird about this. Something is very, very weird about this.
You don't think Rajuan's like evil or something, like actually evil. Like
Mm,
he's a rude bastard, but like he's not like
that's true.
evil.
Mm,
Not
honestly, at this point,
sorry, Dex. Who's the guy at the the father of the other person, Chloe, right?
Zoe is Cassian LaRue.
Zoe. Cassian. Okay, I was gonna say Cassius, but Cassian.
Chloe and
Yeah.
Cassius, sure, why not?
He's not like evil like Cassian
Yeah,
LaRue,
yeah.
right?
Honestly, I mean, like, I don't think Cassian LaRue is that evil. Just like kind of confrontational. Honestly, he could be as evil as Cassian LaRue, and that wouldn't necessarily be reason to be alarmed. But
Well, I
I
mean,
don't know. I don't know.
Rajuan was like, if you want to look at your memories, it is your choice. But if you choose to do it, you will leave. And I don't know. Cassian's like, my daughter will never know who she was. She will never have the option, and I'm going to delete the old her, like completely.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying they're in
One of
cahoots?
those seems, I don't know, more evil than the other.
You're in cahoots. So you're saying they're in cahoots? I'm joking. But yeah, there's. I don't know. And then there's the whole like isolationist thing that the planet has going on. Like maybe it is just genuinely because it is a tiny utopia, and like whatever it does couldn't be scaled up. But I don't know. See, it's annoying because like earlier on, I know what I was talking about. Earlier on, not only was this bugging the hell out of me, but I could put into words how it was bugging me. And now, apart from they don't want us knowing, they don't want us knowing that they have pre-tech thing, I can't put my finger on why, and that irritates me.
Well,
Hmm. But yeah, like the definitely. Sorry, tell us more about this friend that you made.
I don't even remember his name, if I'm being honest.
Would you like to know his name?
Oh, no, this is better, I think.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Oh. So, Some friend then.
No, he's
Know his name.
a psychic telepath. Try to read my mind a little bit. That was fun.
Ah,
I did technically threaten to shoot up the station, but it was like an empty threat, you know.
does he know that?
Right between friends.
Yeah,
Okay, that's not.
like
So
I said, he read my mind.
Are you sure you know? Okay, yeah, that's not so bad then.
Yeah, he knows I was just prodding for what I wanted to hear, and he told me basically kind of what I wanted to hear, except you know, he was all, if I tell you the secret, it'll put both of us in danger. So I'm pretty sure if whoever blabs about it to us and then we work on it, I think he's just gonna die. Actually, there's cameras everywhere in there, right?
See, I think this is what bugs me about this planet so much, is it just feels very, like, so you said that there was a psychic that you knew. It's fairly rare to run into psychics just, like, wandering around, right?
I mean, there were like 10 or 20 of them that I walked by.
Jeez! Or
What?
some appropriate explanation. Yeah, no, so that's, like, a lot, right? Like, it's not just me, that's a lot.
I mean, I guess in the grand scheme of things, yeah, it is like a lot.
Yeah, but like per head of capita, that's a lot. See, this is the this is the thing, right? Like, I feel like the pieces of a picture are starting to come together for me, because you said that there's a shitload of psychics, and you said, gesturing to Acid, that there's a bunch of pre-tech, and that they'd probably not take kindly to us knowing that they have a bunch of pre-tech. They have the insane planetary defense system, and there's Koana, who we know knows how to operate a bunch of different types of military hardware, both normal and exotic, from her simulations, right? Except, like, if it's such a peaceful place, what reason does she have to do such simulations? Most of the
Probably to
planet,
prevent nosy people like us from coming here and shooting the place up.
most of the planet is like desert outside of the city complex that we've seen, and inside the city complex, there's cameras everywhere. Is it just me, or does that feel quite a lot like some sort of almost military state kind of thing? Like there were a bunch of people here, and then this is the group that won, and fucking keeping an eye out for dissent and preventing challengers coming in, e.g., us once we had our violent memories back.
Sounds to me like they did a better job in the Trin. If they're advanced, not just living on pretext that was already here, they have kept themselves a secret, more or less, from the sector.
Because they're just out in a corner and not displaying any overt power, just keeping themselves to themselves. And well, it's really hard to get reports back if your scout ships get shot down. I don't know. I'm probably just speculating blindly, but you know, it's just there's an uncomfortable number of bits fitting together, you know.
Well, I was gonna go. Man, this makes it sound rude. I was gonna go press Koana about this a little bit, but
I'm not gonna stop you.
I wasn't asking for your permission.
I'm basically agreeing.
I do feel a little bad about it. She is kind of like, okay, well, if I say this, then you both need to like keep your mouth shut, like better than I can.
Of course, I can keep a secret.
I don't know, it's just kind of like family to me, and
Like that time.
it was kind of weird. I told you to shut the fuck up.
I made a sound. I didn't say a word.
Acid.
Acid is not saying anything.
Does Acid actually say that, or?
No, she doesn't say that. Sorry, I realized that was very close to her voice. Acid is not saying anything.
Yeah, I know.
I just want to know that things are, not evil there, or not bad, or if they are bad, but in a way that's like beneficial to us, that it's
Mm.
fine.
Yeah, I feel like that. I'm getting the feeling that may have been the case before, and that's why we kept coming by. Because like, even if Rajon likes us better now, we were still there a lot before, weren't we? Percy actually looks acid for that one. We came here fairly frequently before, didn't we?
We did.
There you go then. And I'm wondering. So, I'm wondering if it's like you said that Rajon. We've noticed that Rajon is way too good at the political doublespeak thing. You've said before, like we've seen before, that he knows a lot that he has no ways of knowing, or shouldn't have any ways of knowing. Like he knows way too. He knows a ton. Probably just getting paranoid, but it is like possible that that's remnants of some military caliber info gathering. I don't know.
I don't know.
Info,
He knows
info,
a
info
little bit
brokering,
more than just military stuff.
info brokering maybe. Sure, but who says it's only military stuff that he's going to hear if he's? I don't know. You know what? You know what? We've not actually seen any evidence of it yet that can't be explained away circumstantially, and so we probably shouldn't believe that is the case. But we should definitely keep in mind that it could be the case.
You should also keep in mind that this line of inquiry is what led to Trin demise.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So are you saying for us to just let it be, or
No.
Percy closes his eyes because he's not sure whether, like, he can't look at Acid, but he also can't pointedly look away from her. So he just closes his eyes to think.
No, I'm not saying that. Just. It's easy to assume that the powerful, unknown people are doing nefarious things.
Mm-hmm.
All the Trin wanted to do was research and share. Give these Muns the benefit of the doubt.
Mm-hmm.
I'll happily see them all obliterated just along with the rest of humanity, but I'll at least save them for last.
well, I mean, you're gonna spare 2 of them, right?
I like Koana enough.
Right? There you go.
And you're going to spare Rajuan, right?
Let's don't make
Maybe.
her answer that.
As your lawyer.
Yeah, I do. Honestly, I feel kind of bad for having thought it now that you've made the connection, Acid. Except, you know, it feels bad to say we're different from other bad people in history, but I do like to believe that we will be the same, we'll strike back in retaliation that we generally have been since we came back.
I'm less worried about the people in this room and even on this ship than the sector at large.
And that's why if this is a thing, as long as it doesn't get in our way, the Morons seem content to stay to themselves. So this can just be another one in the repository of things we know that not everyone does.
Acid nods.
I do think there's a couple of things that are on my mind regarding all this. One is that I said if, as you say, they are just researchers, just looking to learn and etc., then you know, we are basically friends of the planet. Raju entrusted us with his granddaughter. If we say, hey, we have an expert in this kind of thing that we think, or no, not even directly, which is like, if we mention that you're an expert in working with pre-tech, maybe they'll take the bait. We've brought a specialist to them. You get to do what get to do what you do. They get help. Seems beneficial all around. If they're on the up and up, then I imagine they might go, hey, are you busy? If you're interested, of course.
Care homes for the elderly is a human concept that never made it over to the Trin, but I appreciate the thought. I'll stay with the Raza.
Percy sort of tilts his head and then goes, oh, no, I just mean like a bit while we're here.
Hmm.
Like just a, hey, we have an expert if you have anything that urgently needs attention while we're here.
I won't deny it would be intriguing, and it would be nice to put my full skills and mods to some use.
Mm-hmm.
But consider the risks before you do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if they are on the... How about this? If they are on the up and up, as you believed that they are, give them the benefit of the doubt and all, if they are on the up and up, then we are probably the friendliest outsiders that are likely to bring a Trin pre-tech specialist to them. And
I just
if they're
don't want
not,
to be
then
trapped here.
I was going to say, and if they're not, then when we bring up the topic, we'll make sure that Miokin is around you.
That's good security.
Man, having a teleporter really does give us so many more options. But yeah, the other thing I wanted to mention, well, actually, no, Percy doesn't mention another thing that he wants to mention because he has no way of knowing what Ellie's talked about with Vajon. So, forget I said that. Yeah, so we'll... Yeah, no, that was about the extent of it. Like, we obviously couldn't have had this conversation planet side, and... I don't know. I think we'd out loud. I just wanted to think and see what you all thought. Like, keep your eyes open, but... I admit I'm kind of paranoid. Don't let that bias you against the planet and the people, you know? At least I know you and Rajon are getting to be, what's the word? Worthy opponents?
I don't want to be his enemy.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, in a sort of like we're not friends per se, but game respects game kind of thing.
I'm not like against him. I actually kind of like him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that he's... Well, I think that he's a little bit of a, jackass for not just like telling us about shit. But I at least appreciate that he has some sort of, I don't know, respect for our new autonomy, you know?
Yeah, especially yours. I know that was a big thing early on.
And I don't know. All I want to figure out is what's going on so I can make a judgment. And I'm gonna go talk to Koana about that.
You want me to come with?
If you want to, but I'm gonna feel a little weird afterwards.
Okay.
To talk to Koana, you'll either need to do it within the confines of their housing, because she is staying there, or wait until the next day when she rotates out so someone else can take some shore leave.
Let me think about that. Yeah, I'm not a patient person.
All right, let's get back to that after we see what Das is doing with that last question there.
Yeah.
Figure out what you want to use.
I don't know if it's going to give me the information I want, but I've thought of a specific thing that might either give the information I want or at least a clue to what I need to focus on to get the information I want. So we have information somewhere where I think it came from something with the like they said they'd set the tubes for however long, and then we looked at them and it was like, okay, there's stuff in here where the code has been changed.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know about that code change. When did that happen? Why did it happen? Because the fingerprints suggest Das did it, so
Okay.
assuming that she did, I'm going to try and work out what happened there.
All right. This is going to be a little bit difficult, but for a different reason than the others. It's not difficult because it's a hidden secret. Hey, this is very important memory. It's a little bit more difficult. 8+ previous attempts because it's a throwaway. It as Das is trying to find this in the QED's memory banks, so to speak. It's like a waft of smoke that one just kind of sees in the peripheral and says, "Oh yeah, that's there," and moves along. So your difficulty is going to be a 10 on this. It looks like.
Okay, still program.
Still program, and still wisdom.
Yeah. 13.
All right. And the memory kind of plays like that too. This was just the Das was has this sense of that she's just curious about the programming of the tubes, what kind of safety features they have. She's kind of freshly unmonitored on the ship, and so is getting her bearings and trying to be more than just the girl who opened the box. And there are these stasis tubes. Hey, how did these work? Oh, hey, I'll just go ahead and make a quick little modification in here. It was such a just errant little random thought. This was, in mechanical terms, this is literally sense the need. It just.
I was thinking that, yeah.
Yeah.
Was this sense the need?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it was. I guess like it's not quite sense the need for an item, but it's like sense the need for a code change to make this correct.
Not to make it correct. It's it's.
Well, to set a limit.
Yeah, to set a limit. She sensed a need to set this limit for some reason, and just did it.
Yeah. Do I know what the date is of this memory? Like, when did this happen?
Ooh, I think I have that. Hang on. Campaign notes, timeline. All active stasis pod timers are reset to 3350. Oh no, that's not okay, that's not good. That's when the coding that she placed activated, but it's not when she put the coding in. I don't have a specific date for when she put the coding in. It happened sometime after she had opened the box and basically secured her place on the ship, and obviously prior to any events going awry.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Okay. So can I I guess we haven't. I don't think we've done stuff with Das and sense the need of like knowing. Does Das know when? Like, obviously, there's weird time travel implications, but does Das know when sense the need is activating? Or could she tell, looking at a memory, that that's what it was, even if she doesn't know in the moment?
I think she could, but why don't you give me a I think this is going to be a Wisdom Connect skill check.
Net. Okay.
That's the minimum I was looking for.
Okay.
Especially
Good
since it is Das herself that she's looking at.
Yeah.
She's introspecting, kind of interrogating the memory, also how she felt. She's got a lot to go on here, and so yeah, she can kind of recognize that that was an actual activation of the power. She silently sensed a need, and she did not know it in the moment why she was doing it. It just occurred to her that she wanted to, and she did it.
Yeah.
And that tracks with how she ends up with rocket launchers also. She doesn't know why she puts it in her pocket or her backpack.
Yeah.
Until later on when she realizes, oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay. So it's like when it's happening, she doesn't know what it is, but then looking back at the memory, it's like, yeah, okay, that was clearly. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Huh. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Any strain for that?
Yeah, you do take 1 strain for that.
1 strain. Cool. And I think unless I can think of something sort of not hard but not trivial, that I think I'm done with the QED for now.
Okay. All right, we've got about 10 minutes left. Do you think that your scene with Koana would be 10 minutes, or do we want to do something else for the last 10 minutes here? 10 to 20 minutes.
I don't know if it'd be 10 minutes. It'd probably fit in 20.
Okay. Let me ask Meowkin and Nox. You've been a little bit outside the spotlight in this. Are there anything that you'd rather that you'd like to see in those 20 minutes? Then we can do those instead.
I do not have any extra plans myself, so I'm good with.
Nox? She may be unable to respond. If you are, you're muted. So we'll go ahead and let Elise and maybe Percy track down Kawana in her room.
Elise didn't sound overly bothered. I'm gonna leave her to it.
I'm sorry. Can what?
Elise didn't sound too bothered. I'm gonna leave her to it.
Okay.
So is this like a hotel room type of situation, or is she with family?
No, she is staying in the same. It's a nice room, but it is just a hotel room for guests. The same one that you guys stayed in last time, and the same one that your crew and any of you that want to sleep away from the ship are staying in. It's technically outside of the city. It is, if you remember, this here is outside the city. That goes to ship. This was the first room that you come into, where there is a receptionist of sorts, or a person that receives you, an attendant. And had you not been escorted by Raduan the first time you arrived, it's them that would have called and made arrangements and shown you to your room, etc., etc. This is basically the foyer of the hotel, and this is the hotel. It is a central. This room here is a central suite with a bunch of entertainment options, and then there are the 2-bed private rooms. And Kawana is in one of them. She's not allowed to return to her residence while she's a visitor here.
All right. So yeah, whatever time it ends up being, Elise just knocks on the door, waits a few seconds. Do I hear anything?
Yeah. There's what sounds like a Kawana bounce, and a thump, and yeah. Open door. Does that work? Then the door starts opening. Yes.
Hey, do you have multiple minutes to talk?
Sure. Aren't these rooms amazing? I've never been in
Yeah,
a
I mean, they're
hotel
okay.
here, or that they call it the hotel.
I kind of like my quarters back on the ship a little bit more, but
Oh, won't you
Eh.
stay here with me tonight? We could be bunkmates.
maybe if you don't hate me after what we talk about.
At least I could never hate you.
All right, close the door.
Closed door. Oh, it's already closing.
Hey, can I really quickly look? Are there any cameras in here?
There are no perceptible cameras.
Okay. Then yeah, fuck it. We ball. Point blank. So like, what happened here that makes y'all secretive about? I'm guessing military, pre-tech, psychic, shenanigan shit.
Ha. Right. That. I technically don't know anything.
Okay, you say
How do you know any
technically,
of
and I hear
this?
you know shit.
Who talked?
I would tell you if I remembered their name. And they didn't really talk that much. A lot of this is kind of based off of inference and passive observation, and
I knew you were
there's
good.
a lot of psychic.
The Koala's like glowing at least. You should tell my granddad what you figured out. I'm
Oh,
sure he won't detain you, but he'll at least be impressed.
I mean, I don't want to have issues with Rajuan, all right? Like it's fine if all this is for some, I don't know, greater purpose, but like I really need to know if everyone who is here is kind of like, I don't know, like you, trapped.
Yes and no. I mean,
Okay.
it's for a good
let
reason,
me
though.
no
That's
no
fine.
no let me ask you a hypothetical question for a
that's
second.
fun.
Okay.
We never came. Like
Oh,
our ship, no other ships ever came.
I
What
don't
would you
like
be
this.
doing?
Just every once in a while, work in the tourist section. Probably pizza cake. I liked that.
Who are you? Who's working? Who needs to work on the tourist section? There's nobody coming here.
Well,
Who are
it's
you
just
touring?
no, it's just for routine.
Yeah, but like
We
that's
do the
not what you
same
want
thing
to
in
do, right?
in the depths of the city too. We all,
What do you mean?
The what?
you know, there's more city than the tourist section. That's no
I
secret.
know there's more city than the tourist section. I don't imagine, a lot of people grew up wanting to, I don't know, serve what's? What do you fucking call those things?
Cinnabons, they're so good.
They're gross sugar bombs.
You could probably get one that tastes like bacon if you really want.
Oh, that sounds even worse.
Koana has that confused and offended look. Like, how can that be worse?
What's wrong with that?
She's trying so hard.
What about all your friends, right? Are they happy just, I don't know, living in the depths,
Yeah.
shopping for clothes like every now and then?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we all just wander aimlessly like I'm imagining you imagine. We all have things to do. We work just like people in Astos and Lamiera. It's more like Lamiera, I guess, where people are actually happy. Astos is a terrible place. But instead of having to work for our living and the food, we're working for a healthy mental lifestyle. It's
But you're not doing the work that you want to do.
most of us get to.
Most.
No, I didn't want to be serving Cinnabon.
And the rest of you who don't want to do that just have to,
They can leave.
suck it up and listen to someone else tell you how to live your life. Do what
No.
they want you to do, and
No, you can leave and see what the real world is out there, but most
you can't
who
leave. There's no ships coming.
there were more ships, and we have our own ships.
Okay, let's be honest with me.
You didn't hear that from me.
I'll
You're
be
gonna
more
get me in
surprised.
so
these
much
ships
trouble with Granddad.
No, you let me worry about that. I just need to know what's going on, so that I can make the decisions.
Lighthouse Couriers is Moden. For in-universe reference, Lighthouse Couriers is the fastest way to get information in and out. They have higher than level 3 drives and are typically piloted unmanned. There is room for a manned passenger though.
So you control this information transit thing.
Yeah.
Makes actually a lot of sense.
And
Yeah.
that's how you have all this power, is by knowing everyone else's dirty laundry.
Well, there's also the relationships with ABNN.
Oh, you control ABNN.
Oh no, we don't control ABNN. Just there's a lot of trading with them.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
You're gonna get me grounded.
Now, yeah,
And
I feel a little
again-
bad getting all that out of.
That means a lot more
Again-
here than on Astos.
Again, nothing bad's gonna happen to you, because this isn't gonna go past us. And if it does, I'm just gonna tell him I figured it all out on my own. And if he tries to read my mind, or if he tries to use some other fucking bullshit to pull the truth out of me, he's either not gonna get it, or, well, I'm not gonna say what the or is, but he's just not gonna get it.
Don't hurt Granddad. I know you're not going to. I just want to say it, okay? I know you're not going to. Just want to say it.
We have so many people out looking for us, right? We have so many people that are on what seems to be like a second basis, just destroying lives. And I need to know if this is a one of those places again, or if this is a place that doesn't need to be, I don't know, fixed.
Mona doesn't need to be fixed. It's just
It-
people living life like Terran Mandate promised but never delivered.
Oh.
It's not. It needs to be fixed if the people here can't decide who they're gonna be.
They can.
Mm.
That's how
can't.
I'm
just said
out.
that. You couldn't be out if we hadn't come.
But that's just because the stat thing limited travel. And
And you're so paranoid about punishment.
I'm not paranoid of punishment.
Every 5 seconds we talk about this, you're like, don't tell
Oh.
Granddad. I don't want to get grounded.
Well, because I don't want either of us to. Okay, I see what you mean.
And the people that I've talked to here are fucking terrified that they say the slightest detail they're gonna get fucking executed.
They shouldn't be terrified. They're terrified they don't belong in the tourist section. Oops.
Right.
Well, that's something slipped.
I know.
Oh, they're
I
terrified.
am
Of,
starting to start a little bit bad on, but
Oh,
so they're terrified of us then, right?
I mean, this is what they want to do, though. This is the high risk interactions with foreigners that
That go up and threaten them and all that sort of stuff.
Did you
Are they all
threaten
military
someone?
trained too? Are they all armed?
They're not armed, no.
Oh, so they have every right to be terrified when I threaten them. Cool.
No, some of them are trained military,
Like all your psychics.
like the psychics, most of them.
Uh-huh.
If they want to. Nobody learns anything that they don't want to. Except for the psychics, they have to take psychic courses.
Oh yeah. Except the psychics. It's always the psychics that have to be, forced to learn and sold off and benefits for the family and
Have you ever
we're just
seen a
objects to
feral
people.
psychic?
No,
Or seen a
but
loved one go feral? Well, neither have I, but they say it's bad.
it's not the point. You can give someone training and then, I don't know, pat them on the back and say, go do what you want now.
But they get to.
You inducted them.
No, we didn't.
Just like the Union.
This is nothing like Union. I mean, actually, I don't know that. I don't know much about Union. Granddad would.
You know what? I think I'm gonna go back and talk to some people that I met today. I think I
No.
have some more
At least don't do that.
information
Don't do that. What else? What else do you want to know?
No.
Oh god.
They're not scared. At least most of them have chosen that they
Most?
want to be here.
Most. Not all. Most.
Oh please! How many people do you think actually want to live on Astos? And do whatever
don't-
they do there? They're taking drugs to try and escape the shithole that they lived in.
They've been forced to do that. That's what I'm getting at. They're being forced to do stuff that they don't want to do.
If the people here are forced, then they're happy about it.
Nobody is happy to be forced to do anything.
They are.
I'm gonna force you to sit in your room in the ship and do nothing for the next year. You won't even get a chance to say anything, and I'm gonna serve you MREs every day. Are you gonna be happy about that?
But that's not the same. You're forcing me to
It
do
is the
something I
same.
don't
It
want to
is the
do.
exact same. These big ass corporations, they send people out
You know
the
what?
shittiest
No,
places
no.
imaginable.
You
They force
forced
them
me
to
to
mine,
get on
they
a gun and
serve them
shoot people
gruel,
and
they
see
have
how
no
happy I
chance
am.
to get rid of their debt.
She crosses her
And then they
arms
have
and
people
turns
like
up her
fucking
nose.
Mr. Jack going out hunting anyone who dissents.
It's not the same.
It is the same.
Force me to come with you on adventures. Oh no, poor Koana, she's being forced to have fun. Force me to run tactical sims or shoot live weapons. Oh no, forcing Koana to have fun, to do something she likes. Force me to have drugs. I will not be happy.
Knock, knock, knock.
Is Percy knocking on?
Yes.
Okay. Who's there?
It's Percy.
Door open.
Hey, out
Are
of
you
character,
here to tell me off too?
Out of character, Dex, are future doors soundproof?
These are relatively soundproof. You wouldn't have heard the words of the conversation, just their voices being raised.
Good enough, yeah. Yeah, so Percy just like, nope, not here to get involved. I just thought I should come and check because, at least it's been a bit. You've been here for a while, and I heard some yelling.
Well, now you are. Door closed. Percy, if someone forces you to go traveling through space and fighting bad bounty hunters, are you mad about it? Like, that's what you want to do, right? Go on adventures and have fun.
I would argue that it's hard to force me to do something that I would do anyway. It's a
See?
very it's a very subjective, like, what is bad though. Like, just earlier on, Ellie said that she thinks Cassian Lure is pretty evil. I disagree, but I'm more similar to Cassian than she is. I think so. We have different views.
But that's what I mean, though.
Cassian's a controlling bastard.
I feel like that's probably not what you were talking about before I come in.
No, we were talking about being forced to either work somewhere you want or being forced to live on the streets in the slums. One is obviously better than the other.
Mm,
And
being forced to do anything is.
there's a difference between better and good.
Is it really being forced if it's what you wanted to do?
What if I wanted on this planet to make a homestead 10 miles that way?
How does that
I wanted
even
to farm my own
compare?
crops and shit. What?
How does that even I don't understand what.
No, I'm saying if I wanted to live outside this community on this planet, could I live 10 miles away from the city?
No.
Why
No,
not?
you can't do that.
Why can't I?
Because you risk the safety of everyone in the city.
But it's what I want to do. It's what will make me feel happy.
So,
Complete
no,
content.
that's not fair. You're just making something up that's bad and saying you're being forced not to do it. That's not the
Why
same.
is wanting to live off the land bad?
Hold
Go
up.
do it on a different planet then.
Hold up. Philosophy aside
If
for
I
a
wanted to
second.
be this planet.
Please,
Percy?
philosophy aside for a second. Why is it threatening everyone in the city to go outside?
Because
You
it
worried?
threatens their control. That's all that this is. It's a gambit for control.
Juana knows more about it than we do. Should we be concerned?
It's
Like, here, direct the second part to Juana.
it just any kind of extra city settlement is it is control, but it's control because it's those settlements outside the city are places where dissident or hostile forces can amass in secret. So
Okay.
I guess you're right, Elise, it is control, but it's
Okay.
not bad control.
Okay,
It's
so
bad control if
ju-
you're forcing psychics to go through military training so that they can be
They're
your
not.
pawns and
You
tools for
you got the
eradicating.
wrong impression
just
of
one,
that. They're not forced
just one.
to. Most want to.
I j- just
Uh,
want to put a suggestion in your mind, Kwana, okay?
Oh,
Like, just
what
something to think about.
now?
Sorry, just a thing that I want you to chew on, okay? And then me and Elise will get out of your hair because you've been in here for a while and you
No,
were
but I
yelling by
want
the
a
time you finished.
sleepover.
Okay, okay, but I'm taking this topic with me when I leave, okay?
Okay.
uh, yeah. So you said that outside the city, like settlements outside the city, aren't allowed because that's where dissidents and stuff gather and form their little dissident groups, right?
It's a risk vector.
Right. Yeah. So are you saying that it's entirely impossible for such groups to form in the city, and that they're guaranteed to happen outside the city?
No.
Some
Why?
people might.
Why would I say that?
Don't know, just a thing for you to chew on. Like, you know, if it's I I can allow that there's maybe a higher risk because the kind of people who are dissidents will want to get out of the
That's
city,
all I
out of the
mean
school.
then. This
Yeah,
is just it's
yeah,
just
but I'm
higher risk.
Percy just sort of shrugs. Maybe some of what they're pushing back at is like the amount of surveillance and stuff.
Look,
I don't know. It's just like when you're part of a dissident group yourself, it's things you got to think about. Anyways,
it's all for
you'll
the better though. Like everyone is happy here. Sure, maybe someone didn't get to work at Pizza Cake and they really wanted to, but that's just because of scheduling.
right. So if everyone's happy, why are you worrying about dissidents?
Because it. Why would anyone want to live outside the city anyways? The city has everything that we need. It even has sunshine.
And yet you decided to go with us into space.
Okay, so it doesn't have epic space battles.
Yep, that's
Which you don't have
yeah.
either, by the way. I'm still waiting to get into a good fight.
Believe me, so am I.
Oh, you want a good fight?
This isn't a good fight.
Elise.
No. She wanted a fight.
With starships. Oh, unless, do you mean you have the new game? That new combat sim game? She's so excited all of a sudden. I will play that with you all night.
Pulls out the train set.
Wait, is she asking me or is she asking Elise?
She is excitedly beaming at Elise.
Elise does not look happy in the slightest.
Look, I get what you're saying, but you have to trust me on this. I know we seem weird here. It's just to protect the people here. Like, if you found out that, let's say, that some other place,
Let's say March.
sure, let's say that that LaRue city secretly had like a way to manufacture credits, like just an agreement. I don't, or like infinite food. I know about. That's something I can think of. A way to make food infinite and free, and nobody ever had to pay for it or go hungry again. But it had a limit and couldn't feed the whole sector. They'd get swamped. They'd get overrun, and they'd have to
They'd wanna-
defend themselves.
Yeah, they'd want to protect their boundaries and maybe stop people from leaving and bringing back their, oh, just a few friends. These ones are good, I promise.
They definitely wouldn't want people going out and telling everyone.
Yeah.
And she looks kind of hopefully at Elise. Just protecting ourselves.
Oh yeah, everyone's always protecting themselves as soon as it's to the expense of other people.
But we're not
This
hurting anybody else.
You are.
How?
Think of all the people on Astos that you could maybe occasionally send, I don't know, a parcel of food. The excess that'd go bad anyway.
Why don't you start with that? We could probably arrange something like that.
Oh, but then everyone would know.
It would be nice.
Figure something out.
You know
Oh,
what?
so now you're cooperative.
Why are you so
Yeah.
hostile with me, sir, all of a sudden? I'm trying to
What?
help.
Juana, what you've got to remember is you have a different view of like looking over people for the greater good. As you were saying with the Mona government, you who's grown up under that and seen it work well, has got a different perspective from most of the original crew here who've been
Mm.
beaten down, spat on, and near broken by various different systems.
Oh, okay.
We didn't just start doing this because we thought it was fun and cool, you know. Sorry,
Uh,
that sounds like a dig at you. That's not how it was meant.
No,
Sorry.
no, I get it. You made. I'm sorry, Elise. I didn't. I promise you, it's good here. Uh, and maybe I can talk to Granddad about trying to expand and help. I think it's noble that you want to help other people.
I don't care about helping other people. Not like that.
Contrary as a cat.
Don't. Then tell me what you want, and
All I care about is that people get a chance to decide for themselves what they want to do. And I don't think any world in which you force psychics or any other people for that matter to have military training and join some sort of militia is a net benefit.
I think you
And
took that wrong. None of them are forced. They get military training if they want. But most of the psychics do want it because get to they get to play with the cooler toys then. I mean, they're not toys, they're
Yeah.
mechs.
yeah, most of them want it because they don't know what else they have available to them.
Percy just sort of
Cow
like
don't know that the grass on the other side of the fucking fence might be
Elise.
fucking tasty.
That's
Percy
why
very point Percy very pointedly raises an eyebrow at Kwana at the word mix.
that's why people get to leave so they see what else is out there. Nobody's being forced to stay here. Except for the people that have left and come back. They have to stay. They're not allowed to leave again. But if somebody wants to leave and see what's out there, they're given very strong warnings. Don't, for the good of your brothers and sisters and friends, don't tell anyone what bounty we have here. But they can leave. There's a lot of people that have left the city. Some of my best friends never came back. And I don't know if they're dead or if they just like it better out there for some reason. I can see some appeal in like helping people. That's something I can't do in Mona, and so I don't want to come back to Mona because I also can't have epic space battles. You still owe me an epic space battle. I still want that. But
It'll happen once we have the guns to get in an epic space battle.
It's
Sooner or
n-
later, someone will come after us.
it's not like we're forced to be here in the bad way that I think you're thinking.
Mhm. Yeah, you're saying it's not as authoritarian as you might have accidentally made it sound earlier?
It's it's because we have to be so secretive.
Mm.
That sounds pretty authoritarian to me. Like a
Worth
certain
it.
dictator, Cassian LaRue.
At least we are very sensitive to like any amount of authoritarianism. Anyways, Kwana, can you get the door for me? I am heading out, and I am taking this conversation topic with me because, frankly, I feel like it's a conversation that we should probably be having with Rajon instead of you. And
I don't know about that.
okay,
But-
or maybe one that one that you should be having with your grandpa instead. Now that you've heard some of what we're thinking, I don't know. The important part
Maybe.
is, Yeah, I don't want you all fighting over this, okay?
I can never stay mad at Elise, so it's okay.
Oh, that's adorable. You at least, what you think?
Elise doesn't say anything, but she will walk out of the room.
Wait, at least you don't want to stay?
It's okay. She's probably just away to get like pajamas or something.
I don't think she's coming back. It's okay.
Yeah, no. If she's not planning on coming back, then I'll work on it. Also, check your compad. And Percy leaves.
Okay. There is no response to that text.
Oh, that was a very dignified laugh.
And if you all got to say 2 more minutes, I don't mind doing that last little bit of briefly back to Das. Do y'all have 2 minutes for me?
Sure.
Sure.
Jackal, we can do the like the follow-up conversation between Percy and Elise and text roleplay during the week.
Sure, just send me a message.
Will do.
All right. So we turn the camera back to Das, who's coming out of the tube, and at some point after that
Yeah.
is curious
taking
about.
a while to think over what she's seen there, and then
Uh-huh.
there's a moment where it's like she's thinking about stuff, and then suddenly the head moves and looks like she's not near this in the ship, but she looks in the direction that the space would be,
Mhm.
and just gets up and heads there through the vents.
She makes her way through the vent to her comfortable little cubby hole. And it looks like her comfortable little cubby hole. What's she doing here?
I'm looking around to see if there's anything here that might have been put here out of a certain box, and anything else interesting, but mostly that.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a int notice check.
Int notice. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's 2 ones.
You do get to reroll that. This is not in her memories.
That's better. That's better. 5 and a 6.
So,
Nice.
accounting for some, some time has passed and she's shuffled things around. The ship has also been in a zero gravity state on a couple of occasions. And does a little bit of searching around, and she finds something that, it's a circuit board. She's got plenty of those around. This one looks more specifically closer to what she saw in the memory.
Interesting.
It
Is there any
also
indication on it of what it is?
There's no indication of what it is. However, at this stage, I believe you guys have done enough work on the drive and enough kind of looking into that I can tell you that to Das, yeah, this looks like the Infradrive.
What? What?
Just kind of.
So
It was out of the way. It was wedged into a corner and down a crack. She had to look for it, but yeah, you just had the Infradrive on the ship the entire time.
Okay, I think the way Das is gonna reveal this to the rest is just like the next time we're all just like in the mess hall. She'll just sort of bring up to Doug that like she found some weird circuitry and she wants him to have a look at it.
Mm-hmm.
And then just like put it on the table in front of him and just go from there.
Doug recognizes it. He's studied the schematics of what's supposed to be there.
Oh, okay. Wait, that's no, that can't be. No, that don't make no sense.
What's up? What is it?
Well, it looks like the Infradrive. But that's obviously not on the rod. That obviously we don't
Yeah.
have that.
Yeah, no,
Well-
there's no way it would have just been lying around, right?
Well, yeah. You know how we never worked out what was supposed to go in that box that the QEDs were in?
No. Percy
And
looks at
Dash
the
just,
Infradrive,
Dash
takes
just
out the
reaches
knife.
out and taps the
No.
Infradrive on the table.
It is small enough. Fuck!
And apparently, when
What
I
the-
opened the box, I just put it in my quarters, put it in my space,
Mm.
and
No, that can't be right now.
What? What? What?
But then if we were, hang on, because if we were using it,
Yeah.
so it can't have been there the whole time. So either there's more than one,
Mhm.
or it got put back there.
Cassie and Lewis seems to have thought it was a
Oh.
thing that was trackable.
Find my Infradrive.
Because we got told that it got taken.
Yeah.
So maybe there's more than one.
Yeah. You know what? We should ask.
Maybe-
Percy will turn to Acid, Libra, or Notari, or whoever is closest. And she'll go, so when did we get the Infradrive? When did we start being able to do the spatial jumping stuff, like the teleporting stuff? Was it before or after Dash joined the crew?
And Acid and Libra will nod along with this. Says it was part of the ship when Porcelain took it.
Okay, so you just had another Infradrive, and this is just a spare that was
We've got
lying
a
around.
spare Infradrive.
Now that can't. It's like a dog is just gonna
What?
start really looking at this. Like that can't be right.
No way. No. What?
I mean, I suppose I assume everything seems to be in order to Doug, right?
It
Like
looks
it's
on
Infradrive.
visual inspection. It looks like what he's expecting to see.
Well, it's only one thing to find out for sure.
Yeah. Try it.
Get your
Maybe
drive up
not.
to 6 and then try it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that, sure.
But we have one. We have it now.
Well, we may have it.
We probably have it.
It's hard to prove,
Hard to prove.
for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dex, I have multiple questions.
Well, I have a question. If I'd gone and just searched around the space, could I have found this in like session 2?
I have long. Let me take us into review. Let me make sure that we're done with the session first.
Mhm.
Yeah, we do need to be done because we're 15 minutes over here. This is more than the 2 minutes I said.
Yeah. Yeah, worth it though. Worth it if it gets his Infradrive.
I'm glad you enjoyed the reveal, and
Fuck.